Hello, FPL managers. We're back. It's game week 10, I think, and we are here for Scoutcast Matchday. We've got Leicester versus Arsenal, and I'm joined by my Bezzy mate, Toby. How you doing, Tobes?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, mate. Looking forward to this one. It's been a while since I've been on one of these, so it feels like a really good day to be doing this as well, right? I know we've obviously got the early kickoff, but there's so many good games today, aren't there, in terms of FPL interest? It's going to be a good one. It's going to make and break some seasons, I think.
Yeah, like I'm looking at today's fixtures, and it's so nice that we have got so much FPL interest on a Saturday afternoon. It's how it should be at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. We've got teams like
Mm.
Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool, the three biggest teams in the league, all playing at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. That's pretty rare.
It is a rarity, isn't it? And it should happen more often. Like
Yeah.
I'm starting to sound like my dad now, but it's like I miss the 3 p.m. kickoffs where it's like you got 10, it's all complete chaos and yeah, I think it's better for your mental health that way, right? You end up kind of it's all in one hit and you get over it and whatnot. But yeah, when it's eked out over a set of 3, 4, 5 days, it just prolongs the pain, prolongs the agony. And let's be honest, it's normally agony over ecstasy.
Yeah. Loads of you are in the chat. Let us know if anyone in the chat, let us know if any single one of you has captained any other player than Salah this week. Jack says Jamie Vardy's having a party. James says a goal fest is always good. Captain FPL says is Gianni fixing his hair because I was late. Nuclear Atom says welcome back, Toby. Nuclear Atoms, hope you're well, mate. You're up
Good
very
man.
late again. Nuclear Atoms is in Dakar in Bangladesh. So
Oh
I'm
really? I
guessing
didn't know
it's.
that.
Oh, actually, because we're doing an earlier game, it's probably not too late for you, Nuclear. Let us know.
Still, good commitment. Like to see that.
Yeah, exactly. Did Gianni captain Havertz? No, Niall. I didn't today. I am wearing the Germany shirt for Havertz in hope that he bangs later because I feel like I'm owed Tobes, right? Like,
No, no. You don't captain Salah at your peril. You know the risks going into that, and no, I'm not having that.
it's gonna be interesting at 3 p.m. I would have loved to have done the watch along at 3 p.m., but we just don't have the rights to watch the games, so we wouldn't have been possible, or we'd have been on some dodgy stream 10 minutes behind. So unfortunately, guys, we're not doing the 3 p.m. games, but we do have a cracker. What's usually a cracker, Leicester Arsenal. We probably expect goals today to be Tobes. Have you benched Ramsdale in fear of that? Because I benched Ramsdale.
Yeah, I did. Like many people that wildcarded, going for the Foster option is obviously sensible. You got a budget keeper that plays. He's the only one. And yeah, I felt also I was probably a bit swayed by the fact I own Vardy.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought, I'm backing Vardy to score today, and if he does, great. And I'm like, oh, but then the shine's taken off that if Ramsdale's conceding 2 or 3. So yeah, it just feels like Foster has got a much better chance of keeping a clean sheet than Ramsdale does today. I expect if I was a betting man, which I am, it would be like a both teams to score fixture. You'd be all over this one today, right? Although that's
Yeah.
probably put the kiss of death on it, right? We're bound to get a 0-0 now. Ramsdale makes 45 saves and I look like a mug.
I might just check the odds on that because I am also a betting man, and I'm just thinking like, I mean, Arsenal have looked quite good at the back for the last, I don't know, 5 6 games, and we all bought in Ramsdale and
Yeah,
thought clean sheets are likely. And I did the watch along last Friday night, and it was Arsenal Villa, and Arsenal was so dominant, and Villa looked like they would just never look like scoring, and then 5 minutes from the end, Ramsey goes and scores a cracker in the top bin, and you get your what clean
yeah.
sheet wipeout. But today, they're playing a team
They
that
are.
actually scores loads of goals in Leicester.
Yeah, they're that kind of team, aren't they, Arsenal? They're one of those that, however well they play, however much they dominate a game, they just always seem to have a goal. They always seem to concede, right? Even I think back to when Spurs played them a while back. Spurs got absolutely battered by Arsenal. They were rampant, dominated the game from start to finish. And you're thinking, Ben White, Ramsdale, clean sheet written all over it, and they just concede a silly, sloppy goal. They've got an inexperienced backline, inexperienced goalkeeper. That it just
Yeah.
feels like at some point in the game they'll have a little lapse and they'll concede, which is really frustrating when you own Arsenal defensive assets because, yeah, they'll look pretty solid for 85 minutes and inevitably they'll always concede one, which wipes out your points.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. I think if I was on a wild
Yeah,
card now, and I've got a couple of friends that are, and I was talking to them this morning, and my advice to them was if you're looking at a 4.5 million keeper, when we wildcarded Tobes, Ramsdale was the obvious pick. At the start of the
yeah,
season, Sanchez was the obvious pick. Now, I would actually look at Fernandes at Brentford. Like, we've never seen him play, sure, but Raya's injured. Fernandes will come in. He's 4.5. Brentford have got amazing fixtures. I'd probably go there, but I can see why Ramsdale is
Yeah.
still getting a bit of love.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's got to be Fernandes looking at the fixtures, looking how Brentford have played. Having said that, Brentford, I think I was reading a couple of threads on Reddit last night. Brentford are actually in a little bit of injury trouble, aren't they? They've got quite a few players out. They're kind of big dogs are available largely, your Tonys. Mbumo is touch and go, right? He's got a bit of a dodgy hamstring. It's a bit 50-50 on whether he plays. They've got a couple of defenders out as well. Is it Janssen who's out, or is it the other one?
Yeah,
Got,
I think was he doubtful, Janssen? I think he's all right though.
Sorry, it's not Janssen. It's Pinnock.
Oh,
Pinnock's the one who's out, who's a big name for them. And I
yeah.
also feel like, you know what, a lot of teams, it's underrated how important a goalkeeper, it sounds like a stupid thing to say, underrated how important a goalkeeper is to the solidarity of that defensive back line, right? If you've got a keeper behind you that isn't commanding, doesn't come off his line well, doesn't gather the ball, doesn't give the back line confidence, that often can impact how well the back four play.
Yeah.
And I'll be interested to see, actually, like we know Raya, he's a known quantity now. Does Fernandes coming in, will that have an impact actually on the back line and Brentford as a defensive unit? Potentially. I'd be quite interested to see today how they look defensively. If I wasn't a wild card today, I'd be bringing in Fernandes and taking a bit of a punt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be totally confident that Brentford continue in good defensive form when you've got a new keeper coming in. It can have a bit of an impact, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the communication's the bit that is where you can go, oh. But I look at it and go, as good as Raya's been this season, I look at it and go, he's been really good, and Brentford have been really good, and they've kept clean sheets. Not because Raya's made worldie after worldie. He's not actually had many saves to make. The Brentford back line has just been really impressive. And I was doing a bit of research on Fernandes, and so Raya and Fernandes, both Spanish, both similar age. Fernandes is actually the one with all the pedigree. He's actually got a Spanish cap. I couldn't believe it. Fernandes has played for Spain and he's Brentford's number 2. And he played for Spain in like under 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s. So all the year groups, he's been a Spanish keeper. So I'm guessing he's just a new signing and they've just, didn't want to throw him in straight away. But he could he could be their better keeper.
It'd be interesting to see, won't it? It could be one of those where it's so unfortunate being a keeper, isn't it? If Fernandes comes in and does well, you kind of make yourself undroppable. Yeah. Raya's probably not a big enough name sort of in the Brentford setup to be undroppable at this point. He's not like a sort of, I don't know, Hugo Lloris at Tottenham where, regardless of how well our number 2 keeper does, he's not going to displace Hugo. So yeah, opportunity for the lad today. Get that number 1 shirt.
Yeah, we're a couple of minutes from kickoff. Before we get there, we'll just have a quick look at the starting 11s. So you can see the graphics. And by the way, guys, at half-time, we're going to be talking all about the fixtures coming up at 3 o'clock. James, will come back to your point. Brighton goal, please, today to wipe out a Trent clean sheet. I know Toby's hoping for that as well. But the team news, you can see the graphics on screen. What do you think of our new shiny graphics? I've done the 11s here. I've gone for a kind of 4-4-2 with Arsenal. I've gone... And it was the first time they played 4-4-2 under Arteta, last time out against Aston Villa. He went for Aubameyang and Lacazette down the middle and Smith Rowe wide left. And it worked. Smith Rowe looked amazing on the left. He's also looked really good in the number 10. So we've got Saka right, Partey and Lokonga will sit. You'll notice Tavares is at left back, who bombs forward as much as Tierney, if not more so. He's definitely one to watch. And then Leicester, it's as you'd expect. Pereira's injured, so Luke Thomas comes in. And then you got Tielemans, who's been having a worldie of a season. There's no Ndidi's on the bench with Samari in the middle. Maddison playing where he wants to play, with 2 forwards either side of him in the 10 role. He's gone Iheanacho and Vardy. They look so much better since they moved to a front 2, Tobes. We know Rodgers likes Vardy with wide forwards in Barnes and Perez the other side. But actually, when you're playing Iheanacho and Vardy or Daka and Vardy, it just looks more threatening.
He was really hesitant to do it, wasn't he? For a long time as well. Iheanacho was getting no minutes whatsoever. Yeah. And also, you forget how well Iheanacho finished the season last year. He was very highly owned, wasn't he?
He was stealing all of Vardy's points, wasn't he? They're playing in a front 2 and it worked. And they played and Barnes was injured.
Yeah, it seemed like a strange one to then not just go with, he's the man in form, like get him on the pitch, play a system that gets your informed men on the pitch. So yeah, a bit of a strange one. I'm guessing as well, I haven't got it in front of me, but I'm guessing Castagna is going to right back today in order to get Luke Thomas in, right? Because typically, I think Castagna played at left back last week, right? He's quite versatile. So yeah, I'm just really excited about the game. It just feels like one of those that's a good matchup, right? It's 2 teams that play good football. yeah, I'm hoping for goals today, and hopefully most of them come from Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, that'd be great for you. No, you
Although I
bench
know you're not hoping for
Ramsdale.
that.
Well, no, you've benched Ramsdale. Vardy goals for you are just huge because you know Ramsdale's ownership will still be fairly high. Just seeing Geo Boys in the
Yeah.
chat, Amati's down at 3.9 million now. Definitely the best of the 4.0 bunch. If you exclude Livramento from that, who's obviously more than that now. But from those that started at 4.0, Livramento followed by Amati seem like the two standouts.
There's also there's Ben Johnson who snuck a couple of
Yeah.
starts, right, who's 3.9, and this is really casual of me, and I think I even voice noted about you in the week, like what's happened to Steve Bout? I don't know the answer.
He's been injured, but I think he might be back fit this weekend. But saw a few West Ham fans say Ben Johnson has played so well, it might just be his space to lose.
He's highly rated. I've got a feeling someone in the comments might be able to confirm or deny this. Pretty sure he's related to Ledley King. He's like a cousin or a nephew, or
really?
yeah. Someone in the comments could do some googling for me, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some relation there, and I'm not sure what it is.
Well, Ledley is from a similar part of London to kind of West Ham Spurs. He was a local lad, wasn't he? So, and Ben Johnson is an academy player. So again, similar sort of area. It's like northeast London.
Yeah, and I mean
because Ledley played for Senrab, didn't he? Ledley King played for that Senrab team, which loads of the good players played for.
Cousin. I just googled it. They're cousins, and I mean that's some good pedigree right there, right? If you've got some Ledley King DNA, and you're going to be a good defender.
Love that. My stream's gone off because I just ran out of battery on my laptop, so I'm hoping it starts up soon. But I'm guessing that we're about 30 seconds from kickoff.
Yeah, I don't know how well synced or how delayed I am. They're doing the Remembrance Sunday thing.
Nice. They're wearing poppy shirts today, aren't they?
Yeah, you got the guy doing his little horn toot at the moment, and yeah, it's actually quite nice around the stadium. They've all got little like poppy flags that they're holding up to. Well, not flags, but they're making it look like little poppies around the ground.
Leicester are so good at those occasions. When Leicester have like a tribute to anything, they do go big on it. I always notice.
Yeah, they're just, to be honest, like Leicester are a really likable club. I think like the way they do things, the way like their recruitment's good. They've got a good manager. They've got a good like young English core. Play good football. There's a hell of a lot to like about it. They've got an owner that's obviously a billionaire, but he's not plowing loads of his own money into it. He's diligent and he's running the club well. And yeah, I think there's a lot to like about them.
They've just got a brand new academy as well, Tobes, like a training ground academy. And I saw that it was on like their Twitter page a few months ago when it opened. Looks amazing. It's like as state as the art as you'll see. And they're extending one of the stands. So I think the capacity is going to go up about 5,000 and it's going to have like hotel, casino, all that jazz. So they're pumping a lot of money into what is a bit of a rundown area of Leicester, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you been to the ground?
Yeah, I've driven past a few times. I mean, it is my local club. Yeah. I'm like 40 minutes away, but I do hope that one day when I have a child, I'll be shipping them off to the Leicester Academy. That'll be my local team. So, you know.
Is it more likely you're going to be shipping them off to like Rutland Water FC playing like Div 43 of the Sunday League, which is basically the standard I play?
We'll be playing water polo at Rutland Water. So because of that, Leicester are like sort of a semi-second team for me. Guys in the chat, what are you saying? I've seen some comments about effective ownership, Salah. 199%. I mean, it's painful, isn't it? It's going pointless captaincy.
It's actually a little bit boring as well, isn't it? Because it's been a while since there has been such a clear-cut, obvious captain choice each week. We've been fortunate, I think, the last couple of seasons where you've had a hard decision to make each week. It's like, do I put it on Kane? Do I put it on Salah? Do I put it on someone else? And that's what kind of makes for the variance, right? And for the chance of big gains in rank. But at the moment, it's a pretty solid set template. If you haven't got Salah captain, what are you doing? Like the point is, if you've not got Salah captain today and you get away with it, you've got away with it. It's luck, right? And it's mental because the odds of Salah returning today are so high. It's
scary. It's going to happen. It's the home advantage. Brighton looked a mess against City at the back. Everything's clicking for Liverpool. Kickoff, by the way, I'm on 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Yeah, so I'm about the same. I'm on 20 seconds now, so yeah, I'm about 10 seconds behind you, I think.
What is going on with my laptop? Good stuff. Guys in the chat, has anyone got anyone that isn't Salah captain? I don't think anyone answered that earlier, which makes me think Salah rested would be a disaster class, says Jackery. Yeah, Jackery, there's been loads of comments on Twitter. Maybe he'll be rested. Not at all. He was rested in the Carabao Cup. Like, there's his rest right there. Like, there is no fear. And there's an international break coming in a couple of weeks. So there is no fear of Salah being rested. And I don't know where that started.
Oh, really nearly scored an own goal there. I think it was Amati. I think it was Saka that cut in from the right-hand side. Cut back. Amati's nearly scored an own goal there. Schmeichel's done well to kind of claw it back. Really good play from Lacazette, and Saka cuts in. Amati hasn't got a clue where that's going, and he's turned it into his own net, but Schmeichel saved it on the line. Good start from Arsenal, this.
Would that be a save point for Schmeichel's Tobes? I didn't see it.
Good question. I mean, it's definitely a save. It's obviously not a goal-bound effort. Yeah, but the point being, Amati hasn't had a shot there. Obviously, he's miscontrolled it. So I don't know. Again, I'd be interested to know. I feel like Schmeichel should get a save point for that because he's saved a goal.
A goal, yeah.
But
the ball was going in, right?
I don't know if it comes down to intent from it, whether it's got to be an attempt at goal, which it isn't technically, even though it kind of looks like one.
But then what if he gets a save point for that, which I'm a fan of? What if he doesn't? We know he doesn't get a save point if there's a pass back on the halfway line to your goalkeeper and it's going in, but the goalkeeper just clears it. That's going in.
That's why I think it comes down to intent, right? It's got to be an effort at goal. It's got to be an attempt to score a goal by the player.
He got the save.
It has counted. So but that's really interesting then, because that then brings in a whole like grey area of at what point do you not get the save point for a pass back that's going in and the goalkeeper clears it,
or a cross that's going in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because often there's those crosses, and you're like, if he doesn't catch that cross, it's got the bend. It might have gone in the far stick.
Yeah,
they definitely don't get points for that.
No, and I mean, I imagine they take it from Opta, so I don't think FPL are probably choosing what counts as a shot. They probably take it from another data source. But yeah, it'd be good to know. There's a player down here. I think it
looks like, is it?
Ooh, that was quite a late chat. It's Samar.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, indeed, he is on the bench. I don't know how fit he is, but that would be the. Oh yeah, it's.
Yeah, it was a bit late from. I think it was Lokonga who tackled him. It was a bit late. He was a bit out of control with it. Like possibly lucky to get away with a yellow without getting a yellow card here. Maybe because it's early on in the game, he probably got away with it. But I think he'll be all right. Look like more of a knock than anything else.
Guys in the chat voted for their predictions. I think Leicester are going to win 47%, score draw 28%, and Arsenal win 21%. So Leicester heavily backed in the chat.
Interesting. If you look at the actual betting odds, it's pretty even. Leicester are 11-8, Arsenal are 13-8.
Okay.
So Leicester slightly favoured. The draw 9-4. So if you're a betting man, you'd probably be going for draw, I reckon. But yeah, Leicester slight faves to win.
Corner
I think
Samar's
going to be okay.
Yeah, I've just seen the corner come in from the left, in swinging corner, cleared out. Sorry, Jamie Vardy may have been the one to clear it. Smith Rowe on set pieces. Ben White went for the flick on there.
Yeah, I could really do with a Smith Rowe blank. He's my second sub this week, and I had him as my second sub last week when he got 13 points, and I don't think I can cope with two hauls in a row that I've benched him for.
Looks like there's been some action. There's a corner coming in from the right. Saka in swinging cross. Oh, watch this, Tobes. We've got action. We've got a goal while they talk us through it.
I'm just watching the corner now. So Saka's lining up to ping the ball in swinging corner with his left foot. Saka steps up, one arm in the air, zips it in, low, near put. Oh, is that Ben White? No, it's Gabriel.
Yeah, I was worried it was Ben White as well.
Yeah, Ben White was near it. It's a really good header.
It's a cracking header.
Yeah, Saka assist, obviously, straight from the corner. Good leap. Leicester clean sheet wipeout. Not sure Leicester defenders are massively popular, but yeah, you got to say it's a great delivery, great header.
Wait till you see the replay on this header. He almost pirouettes. He actually does a 360 and it goes right in the top bin.
Does it come off the side of his head?
Almost the back of his head. It's amazing technique.
Yeah, it's almost like Ben White was very near that. That comes off the back of his head. That's insane.
But
he's watching the replay now.
He plans for it because he's pirouetting to make sure he can steer it into that far corner.
It sort of comes off the side of his head. That's nuts. I mean, you don't save those. It's a great start for Arsenal. Leicester will be gutted though. Set piece, early doors. That's not what you do, is it? You don't want to be conceding from a corner early doors. Fair play. Again, though, not too disappointed about that whole situation because no one's got Gabriel. I know Saka's relatively popular. I don't have any Leicester defenders, so I'm all good with this.
Yeah, someone in the chat said they sold Schmeichel for Ramsdale. Taz, that's a bold move knowing they're playing each other this week. Yeah, loads of people saying they've got Saka but benched.
Well, hang on, Arsenal are in here. Aubameyang. Oh my goodness me! Aubameyang's had a really weak shot on his left foot that Schmeichel should just gather, and Schmeichel's like gathered it, but like let it slip past, and it's almost slithered through his reach and into the goal. But yeah, no dramas.
There's been Kev in the chat. Let us know if you've got Aubameyang still this week. Because last week, Kev captained Aubameyang. Someone in the chat earlier said, is Gianni captaining Havertz again? No. I did wonder the 2-minute silence before the game, if there might be a sort of 2-minute silence for Havertz captainers, based on what we saw last week. Mario Saka on his bench.
I think that's probably fair, though. Looking at, like, you'd suggest with that, he's probably got a few options, like I'm guessing like a Livramento.
Yeah.
If I had Livramento, I'd probably be playing him over Saka today, and I could see why Saka would easily be like a first benching today.
Exactly. I mean, you've got Smith Rowe, and we saw the corner from Smith Rowe come in 30 seconds before the goal. It could have very easily been a Smith Rowe assist, and you go, but it still looks like the right call on paper, unless Arsenal go and win 4-5-0, and you think, okay, I didn't see that coming. But
yeah. One changing the subject slightly, and I know we should really be talking about Leicester Arsenal at the moment. One thing I'm interested, we've been talking about it a lot all week, right? And it's your move this week, which was Diaz to Trent, which I don't think's a great move, and I've explained why I don't think it's a great move because I feel thought Leicester were in there for a bit, but they're not. Diaz this week playing Palace. They're pretty likely to get a clean sheet. I think the stats say about 60%. Trent versus Brighton's at about 54%. Of course, Trent has higher ceiling in terms of attacking output. My theory is I think you should have held on to Diaz, knowing he's probably going to return this week, and then you've got 2 free transfers next week to potentially put out a fire that you get. Is the allure of Trent just too much? And knowing that he's a sort of player that can get you 14, 15, 16 points, and he's obviously a long-term move as well. Is that the reason for it?
Yeah, the attacking threat. Like, I reckon if we did a poll now on the chat, who's going to get more points this week, Diaz or Trent? I genuinely think we'd get 95% plus saying Trent. Like, I don't think.
Do you reckon?
Just for,
I don't know.
Clean sheet odds are pretty much the same.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would just think that it's pretty likely they'll both get a similar amount of points this week, and therefore that would cause me to go, I'll tell you what, I'll save the free transfer, give myself the flexibility next week, because I feel like it's unlikely that Trent's going to absolutely outgun Diaz. You know, he's not going to score 10 more points, 5 more points even than Diaz. He could do, and I could look like a fool, but yeah, I don't know. I think if I were you, I would have held that transfer and had 2 free ones next week.
I don't know how to do the poll, Sanjay, so I can't poll it. But if any of our admins watching want to do that poll, definitely feel free. Yeah, mine is just that assist threat, knowing Liverpool have clicked, and even the goal threat. Like for me, Diaz's ceiling is 6. Yeah, I mean he might get the bonus.
He's a bonus point magnet, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but if City score a couple of goals, which I think they will, then he's out the bonus. If City win 1-0, he's a bonus points magnet. But I don't think City are going to winning 1-0 at the moment. They just look. I love City at the moment. Like I've mentioned it to you, and we have to be careful when we WhatsApp each other because we have to question how much is actually real. And all that Trent Diaz chat, I thought it was a complete mind game. Like I didn't think you actually would. Knowing I've got Cancelo as well, I've already got City cover. But I mean, our WhatsApps this week have just been hilarious. So I'm glad you went, Son. A lot
of that though was born out of a genuine like confusion this week. There were so many different things that I wanted to do at different points. I had so many options. Like I wanted Foden, I wanted Son, I felt like I wanted Trent, I felt like I wanted Tony, I felt like I wanted Mbumo. Like to be honest, the thing that concerns me more is I've currently got no Brentford, and I desperately want at least one of them, if not, like I'd happily have 2.
Is it Norwich next week?
It's Norwich next week, and
so
it's
you're
one of those
definitely
where
buying
you want
Brentford, aren't you, for next week?
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
was
good
that the
shot
Thomas
there.
shot? The Thomas Party
It was,
shot?
yeah, Party Schmeichel with a good save, like a save he should absolutely be making. But yeah, low
It's again
down to
like,
his
oh, Leicester get a free kick here. Madison goes down. It's a really
right.
nice position.
Yeah, yeah. It's two saves already for Schmeichel, right?
Yeah, 2 saves already. Shame he's
Okay,
conceded.
Madison all over it.
Yeah, Mads will be on this free kick. Tobes, that Thomas Party shot, he is shooting
Ooh.
so much at the moment. Thomas Party, like I watched Arsenal a few times in the last couple of weeks. He's just shooting every time he gets the ball. It's ridiculous. I don't think he's even that good.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think you look at his goal scoring record. It's not great. And yeah, he's certainly not one I'd be considering in FPL. Is that a foul on the edge? That felt a bit soft. Like felt a bit shoulder on shoulder. Might have been a bad angle, but this has got Madison written all over it, isn't it? Little sort of like James Ward-Prowse-esque whip.
Yeah, see, I feel like I don't know the numbers on Madison's free kick success rate, but I feel like Madison is up there in probably the top 3, 4 in the league from this sort of position.
Yeah,
But
I think you're right.
But then I look back and think, how many Madison free kick goals do I remember? No, not many at all. Like Ward-Prowse, I could name so many or think of so many. But yeah,
I think he's a cut above, isn't he? Ward-Prowse is on a whole level to like. I honestly wouldn't be able to name you many better free kick takers in the world, let alone the Premier League.
He's ridiculous.
He's phenomenal.
It's like a penalty.
Yeah, he went through a little spate, didn't he? Where he scored, I think, like 2 or 3 in the space of a few game weeks, and it was give him something 25 yards out, straight into the wall from Madison, comes back to him, little dink over the top, and Ramsdale's going to gather.
Guys, we do have a poll running. Which premium defender is going to get more points this week? And we've gone for Diaz, Trent, or Chilwell. Because again, I think Chilwell might even come out on top of this poll. But
I think though, for a bit of context on that. So yeah, if you said to me who's going to score more out of Trent and Diaz, I think Trent is more likely to score more. But I think even if he did, it wouldn't be by more than like 3 or 4 points, which I think personally I would value that additional free transfer next week more than getting an extra 3 or 4 from Trent versus Diaz, if that makes sense.
Corner ball, same corner. It's going to be Saka in swinging. 13 minutes in, 1-0. Gabriel is up for it. It comes from a block shot from Lokonga, who had a shot from about 40 yards. Arsenal are shooting on site, and I don't know if they're targeting, it's a windy day, or they're targeting Schmeichel.
Do you know what it just reminded me of? I think you shared it on Twitter today. It was possibly a graphic from The Athletic.
In swinging corners and out swinging corners. So cool.
Yeah. It was really cool. I love Burnley right at the top. So like they've never
so
hit an outswinger in their life. Yeah, it's just like get it under the keeper, get Wood and Barnes on him, and hope for the best.
It was like if there's one team that you could just second guess what they're going to do, we know 100% likelihood every corner is in swinging from Burnley. Sean Dyche, the only manager in the league where he doesn't mix it up at all. Everything is in swinging.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see those stats paired with so the number of goals scored direct from corners. What percentage are outswingers, what percentage are in-swingers? Because I always tend to feel an in-swinger is more dangerous somehow. And it kind of baffles me that there are so many outswingers. And somebody might be able to pull up some stats which says, more outswingers are scored. If so, fair enough. But I always look at it from an eye test point of view. And I'm like, when you're defending it, you don't want to be defending an in-swinger. I just feel like it's got to be a much better header to score from an outswinging corner.
Is it easier to head, though? I reckon if you ask centre-backs to go up for corners or attacking players on corners, what's easier to head? A ball coming towards you from an outswinger, they would probably say it's easier to head. Although I'm with you, it's often you've got to do better to score. But I wonder if the connection is easier. Because it's coming towards you rather than you having to get on the end of it.
Yeah, it feels like you've got to generate less pace with an in-swinger. Like today, a good example today, Gabriel, the ball's been fizzed in. You've not got to get a huge amount on it. You just got to direct it and it's going in. If that's an outswinger, he's got to really get his neck muscles behind that and power it in.
The thing is, for me, I look at, brilliant run here from Lokonga. Number 20 for Arsenal. He's taken it from the halfway line all the way to the edge of the box. Lacazette, ball across to Aubameyang. Johnny Evans. He's the best defender in a Leicester shirt, Johnny Evans. He just reads the game so well.
Yeah. He's underrated. He's been underrated for a while as well. It's a really good run from Lokonga, isn't it? Just like Yaya Toure-esque, just bomb through the middle. Yeah, Lacazette. Johnny Evans in the right spot. Yeah, good defending.
That's the sort of thing you take for granted. But if you're, and we'll speak more about United at half time, but if you're Harry Maguire, Aubameyang scores there. Like, you can't underestimate Evans' positioning to be able to clear that
You
ball.
actually, it's actually really interesting. You see there, don't you? As I think Lacazette, the ball's going to Lacazette. Johnny Evans has a little look over his left shoulder, spots the danger, and moves, gets himself in between the ball and the striker. And yeah, not that we want to turn this into a Maguire bashing session, but yeah, you wonder whether Maguire has that positional awareness, and I think sometimes he's found a little bit wanting.
Guys in the chat, just want to read out a couple of comments. Scenes if Foden doesn't start today. Yeah, look, guys, we've got team news at 2:00. The reason I love doing the early watch along is we get all the juicy team news, which I absolutely love. Gianni Petit, she's feeling a bit German today. Yeah, I am. Kai Havertz owes me, baby.
It's a really nice kit, actually, isn't it? It's worth pointing out. It's a real sexy number.
And
that
it's got the World Cup because it's like from 2014, I think.
I reckon it's hard to name. I know you might disagree with this and go Italy, but Germany, in terms of the how nice the kits are they produced over the last 20 years, have got to be right up there, right?
Yeah, defo up there. They got that green one was legendary. This kit actually Banger's also got, I think.
Has he?
Yeah, I think so. Banger is one of our mates. For those that don't know, he has guested on the stream. We actually invited him to come on today.
Didn't want it.
What happened with Healy as well? Because Vardy on the break here gets it on the halfway line. Leicester have got numbers going forward. That is the beauty of playing two up front. There's always a few players to hit. Vardy loses possession.
Vardy's not really had much of a sniff, has he, in this game so far? We're not 17, 18 minutes in, and he's not really had a kick.
Yeah. Are you out swinging corners, by the way? Oh, Lacazette, edge of the box. Oh, dancing feet. Smith Rowe!
No, he hasn't.
Toby, over to you.
Oh, for God's sake. Second sub, right? I need to work out who I need to not play in order to get these points.
Oh, I love the fact we got that before the chat as well.
All right, Lacazette. Oh, the ball's going to... Smith Rowe. Oh, no.
Who do I need to not play? He is smashing it for you this season.
Yeah, well, he's not, because I've literally not got a single point from him. I've had him like since day one and just been benching him. Right, I'm looking at my team now. Who do I need to be benched? Plit right, Rafinha, he's not going to play, is he? Surely, he's definitely injured.
But he's your second sub-Tobes. You've got no chance. Not this week. Last week you had a few because you had Mahrez. Let's see. So it comes from Saka.
Yeah, I've got no chance.
Plays the ball to Lacazette. Lacazette fumbles it, and Leicester just do not clear their lines. And somehow, pure luck, it just drops. It just drops in the right place.
Yeah, it could have gone anywhere. He's in the right place at the right time.
It's a nice
Leicester all over the place here.
Nice little finish.
Yeah, who is it? Who's got the ball out on the right? Was that Saka? So it's going to be it's going to be no. It's not going to be any assist, is it?
I'm not sure Lacazette can get the assist for that, can he? Because he loses possession.
It comes off a defender. It comes off, I think, Luke Thomas. And then, he can't. He's just got to get it on target, which he does. Schmeichel, no chance.
Yeah, Smith Rowe, top of the bonus points now on 22.
He is going to be very highly owned soon, isn't he? He's going to get 2 big scores in a week. I think he's 5.4, 5.5 million.
That low? Is he that low? I thought he was higher than that.
Yeah.
I know Saka's around 15 to 20, which is mental.
He's 5.5 million and he's 10%, just over 10% owned.
And Saka's like double that.
Yeah, but he's also gone in the last, including today, he's gone 12 points, 3 points, 2 points, 13, 6. He's going to get 3 big returns in the last 5 game weeks. It's like gold for that price point.
At that price point, you just want one big return every 4 or 5 weeks, don't you? At 5 million.
Yeah.
Midfielder.
Yeah. Right, Christensen's definitely going to be benched, right? He's not going to play any minutes.
Christensen could absolutely be benched, and if he is benched, he won't get minutes. But that's your only hope, I think.
Well, the only other option I've got is a bit of pep roulette if one of Cancelo or Laporte don't play, but I'd be pretty confident that both of them are going to start today.
Stones could come in for Laporte.
Rafinha, there's not. I know everyone's come out and said he's fit to play, but I don't know. Yeah,
if you get second sub off, I'm going to be devastated.
I'm owed it after having 13 points sat on my bench last week.
No assist confirmed.
Really?
Thanks, Kev. I saw that as well. We got the poll response. Oh, okay. I thought Chilwell would come out on top. Tobes, you're going to love this. 54% say Trent, 39% say Chilwell, and 2% Diaz.
What was the question?
Who's going to score the most points this game week?
Yeah, I reckon though, if you did a poll that was to the effect of by how many points will Trent outscore Diaz, it won't be more than 4 or 5.
Well, we do have another poll out, and it's which tipped player is most likely to be benched this week. So, Do we think we could see a benching for Foden, Chilwell, Cancelo, or Jota?
Right. Well, I think I'd be gobsmacked if Foden's benched. I think he's absolutely
And
nailed
Chilwell.
to start. Chilwell is going to play.
Yeah.
Jota I could see being benched quite easily. Who was the other one?
Cancelo.
Who was the fourth option?
Cancelo has started every game so far in the league, but at the same time, we're like, there is going to be a week he misses out. He was benched in the week, but came on at half-time.
Yeah, Pep also came out, didn't he, and said words to the effect of Walker and Cancelo have been so good this year, but I think Zinchenko's just back from injury.
Yeah, he played in the week.
And so I'd be pretty confident Cancelo's going to play, given that Zinchenko probably still isn't ready to play matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Zinchenko's match fit, maybe you'd have a bigger risk of Cancelo not playing.
Looks like Gabriel's gone down injured here, Tobes. He doesn't look comfortable at all. And Gabriel has been that player that picks up knocks very easily. He's missed a lot of game time.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? You can kind of tell by he's got his hands, like his head in his hands. He's kind of gone down a bit innocuously as well, which is always a bit of a worry. I don't know who Arsenal have got on the bench in terms of defensive cover.
We can see on our graphics, we've got Holding on the bench, and we've got Cedric on the bench and Kolasinac. So Holding at centre back. You can play Kolasinac left centre back, but he's not brilliant.
I had no idea Kolasinac was still at Arsenal.
Yeah,
I thought he'd gone.
I feel like he was on. I feel like he was transfer listed. Like he was up for grabs.
Yeah. He was FPL gold for me for about 3 game weeks 2 years ago.
Yeah, when he first came in, I think it was from Schalke. He came from Schalke, and it was definitely for the Bundesliga. And he had an amazing assist record. The season Arsenal bought him, he got loads of assists the year before. Gabriel's going to try and run this off, I think. But,
I still can't believe Smith Rowe scored. There's got to be. I reckon there'll be a lot of people today that got Smith Rowe as probably first sub or second sub.
Yeah. There will be. I think Smith Rowe, that 10% ownership, I reckon 5% of them are on the bench.
Yeah, quite possibly. Thing is, though, like the way to look at it is, I don't know, because there is a chance, albeit a very small one, that I could get Smith Rowe points. I should be kind of happy that he's scored. Do you know what I mean? Like if Smith Rowe gets 0 points today, I've got 0 chance of getting any benefit out of him.
Yeah.
Even though I've got a very tiny percentage chance of benefiting from these points. So I guess I should be kind of happy. And I know, and you haven't got him as well. Like if you started him or had him, I'd be gutted. But yeah, knowing your squad, I'd give you a 15% chance of him coming on. I don't think it's a complete write-off. You have got a chance because you've got Christensen and you've got Cancelo. I'd say that's about fair. I think also, like, for the viewers' benefit, the mini league this year. So this game week, we're starting. You and I are at the top of it, as we always are, and I'm 1 point ahead of you, right? So it's all looking quite tight, and we've got £100 on it this year as well, right? There's a lot of money on it, and there hasn't been money on it for a little while because you didn't fancy it last year. So yeah, it feels a bit more intense this year than it has done for a little while.
Yeah, it's the bragging rights as well, as always. Who did you play instead, Toby? We've got a question. So, Tobes, I mean, name some of the players you could have benched that you didn't, rather than your whole 11. So you didn't. You started Jimenez and Antonio, rightly so.
Yeah. So I mean, looking at it, there's just no way that I would ever have started Smith Rowe. So my back four is Cancelo, Christensen, Laporte, and Rudiger. My midfield 3 is Son, Rafinha, and Salah. You're not going to bench any of those 3. And up front, I've got Antonio, Vardy, and Jimenez, and you're not benching any of those 3. So,
yeah. Just for confirmation, there is no cash mini league. This is a private bet between just me and Tobes, and it's £100 worth of dinner on the other one.
Yeah, we're going to a nice restaurant. No cash mini leagues, unfortunately.
We've tried that before. The other boys aren't interested, are they? They don't want to play. I may as well give you Nick always says, I may as well just give you the money now.
Yeah, true. Oh, Leicester in here. No, they're not. Gabriel's cleared it. Gabriel seems to be fine now after that knock that he picked up. He's running around pretty happily.
And Arsenal, by the way, are playing that clear front 2. Aubameyang and Lacazette are in a 2, and we are seeing Smith Rowe wide left. It's like it's a proper 4-4-2 when you see the when you see the team sort of in defence.
It's good.
It suits Aubameyang. Aubameyang is not the sort of player you should be putting out on the touchline. For too long, Arteta played him in a front 3 wide left.
It's like you need him more central. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to my team, the only thing that I think I could have done differently, and I still don't think I would have done it,
Livramento
is
second sub.
exactly, yeah. But looking at it, you're thinking Livramento, Watford away, Smith Rowe, Leicester away. I don't think I've made a bad decision there. It's just a bit unfortunate if it works out that way.
I've got one for you, and this is because I've benched him. I've benched Christensen as my
Also, I
second
can't bench.
sub.
Sorry, go on.
I've benched Christensen second sub, and I've done that and put Livramento first sub. So I think Livramento is more of a priority than Christensen, and you think the other way round because you've started Christensen and benched Livramento.
I just feel like whether it's right or wrong, if you've got Christensen and you're paid 5 million for him, and you're not going to start him against Newcastle, why have you got him? Basically, do you know what I mean? I'm like, either bin him off for Duffy or Johnson or someone like that.
If I was on a wild card, I would bin him off straight away. I would go
Yeah,
I'd make Livramento my
case,
fourth
enough,
defender and then bring in a fifth defender.
Yeah, in which case, fair enough. But yeah, I just think I just couldn't have Christensen on my bench playing Newcastle today. It just feels like 6 points.
I
and
think
also,
because
like,
I'm a Chelsea fan, I think that's the only reason I haven't gone Christensen. I think it's because I'm like, oh, we'll concede today because, I'm worried we will.
Yeah, Newcastle are rubbish though. I was looking at the XG conceded and XG offered, mainly because the Spurs are so poor on both ends of the pitch.
Oh, Tobes, check out the replay on this. We've come really close to a third goal. I'll let you talk us through it.
Okay, I've got Ramsdale on the ball at the moment, who's just about to hoof it. Oh, he's tried to hoof it upfield, but a pretty rank kick that's been picked up in the midfield by Leicester. Tillman's in, I think. Ian.
I thought it was in.
Did that clip the post?
I thought it was in. The post? It's very
Ian
close.
Fired one from about 25 yards. I think it looked like it clipped the post.
Oh.
It was Tillman's that played it into him.
It's gone out for a corner. Did Ramsdale save that?
I think he's got something's out. Let's have a look. I don't think Ramsdale's touched that.
It's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, I thought it flicked the puck. I mean, it was very, very close. It's a hell of a shot. It was like
we need it. We kind of want a Leicester goal, don't we, Toads, for our Ramsdale wipe?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. That would be very annoying having him sat on the bench, especially with. I could end today with about 14 points on my bench
and a Vardy blank.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, Leicester with a corner now. I'm not sure who's on it. I'm guessing Maddison. Yeah, Maddison. Oh my goodness, did you see that corner? He's absolutely ballooned it. Yeah, that was terrible. Leicester with a bit more attacking threat now. Arsenal have kind of. It's that dodgy period, isn't it, where you're 2-0 up and you're not quite sure what to do. And do you push for that third or do you kind of sit on it? And it's always a bit dangerous. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Still 25 minutes 15 minutes to go in the first half as well. There's goals in this. Or have we just seen one?
No, but that is amazing defending by someone. I think it's Tavares. Iheanacho, I thought, was in here. I'll let you talk us through it, Toes, when you get that. It was offside, but he didn't know it was offside, and the recovery of Tavares is really good.
Oh, it's a lovely ball over the top. Yeah, just strong, isn't it? Strong defending.
Just reads it, doesn't he?
Iheanacho is looking more likely than Vardy at the moment.
I said this on the FPL show in the week. Like, when we get two up front for Leicester, and we had two up front for Leicester the last, 15 game weeks of last season because Barnes was injured, Iheanacho was stealing Vardy points left, right and centre. It was brilliant. We all jumped on Iheanacho. Yeah. If he gets games and plays in a front two, Iheanacho is so dangerous. He's so good.
He is a good player. He's obviously got pedigree. Like, you don't spend that amount of time at City, do you? And without being a good player, he just wasn't getting the opportunity. I mean, there's so many you can say that about City, though, right? You look at Foden for a long time, didn't get a sniff. Sancho didn't get a sniff, had to go abroad. Yeah. If you're playing that kind of second string role, which like Gabriel Jesus has been quite good at doing it. Like when Aguero was around, he didn't get a sniff, did he? He'd come on for 10, 15 minutes now and again. Now they've gone to this kind of 4-3-3 with Foden and Jesus getting a lot of minutes. It kind of comes good, but it's a bit of a funny one, Jesus. I've never really rated him that highly. Like, I kind of feel like in a team that creates so many chances where he plays as a number 9 quite a lot, he should have a better return than he does.
He's not an out-and-out 9, is he? He's rubbish in front of goal. He's just not good enough. I think he's a good player. He's just not very good in front of goal.
I just feel like if he was at a lesser team, like if he was at Spurs or Everton, for example, I don't think anyone would say much about him. Just don't think he'd do that well.
I like him on the right of a 3. His work rate's really good. He still can find a pass, and I feel like he's since he's been on the right of a 3, I feel like his finishing's been more clinical. It's almost like there's less expectation of him to score goals because he's not the number 9. And he's just looks so much more suited there.
Yeah, haven't you been flirting with bringing him in and doubling up on City attack?
Yeah. Oh, well cut out there by Tomiyasu. Maddison nearly feeds the ball through to Vardy, who would have been a very comfortable finish for Vardy if that ball ends up with him. I'll let you see this one, Toes, but it was a very nice pass from Maddison. But Tomiyasu, again, the Arsenal defenders are just reading this game so well.
Oof. Yeah, to really fizz it, didn't he? I really rate Tomiyasu. I think he's a good signing. I know Spurs were linked with him for a long time in the summer and ended up getting Royale, who's actually also been quite good. But yeah, he's looked, every time I've watched him play, Tomiyasu, he's been really solid. I think he won like Arsenal's Player of the Month last month.
He's not the best he's not the best going forward, but I don't think he has to be. Arteta doesn't need his fullbacks that high. He can defend, and at Bologna he often played as right centre back in a 3. And then he has played in a back 4 too. So I think Arteta knew that I might go for a wing backs and a back 3, and therefore he can play 2 positions. But I like him. Yeah. It's a proper case of buying a unknown £10 million player from Serie A that comes into the Premier League and looks like he's one of the top defenders. Like, that's how much depth there is in Serie A when you buy defenders. Like, he's played for Bologna. They're rubbish. Like, you know.
Yeah, it just shows you, though, doesn't it, how Serie A is a great kind of feeding ground for the Premier League in bringing in defenders. I know, Romero is another one who obviously cost more money than Tomiyasu, but he's come example. In and really bigger clubs than Spurs should have been in for Romero. He's absolutely quality.
And
he won
they will be
Serie
in 2
A.
years. Like he was.
Yeah, he won.
He was half the price of Maguire. That's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. And he won. I think he won in Serie A defender or player of the season, defender of the season.
Defender of the season. Yeah,
you've got to be a hell of a player to win that accolade in Serie A.
Yeah, he beat De Ligt, Chiellini, Bonucci, Skriniar. He beat all these guys for defender of the year. Like, that's how good Romero is. If he was English, he would be 80 million all day long.
Yeah. The good old English tax, and it's not Maguire's fault he cost 80 million.
No, it's not.
But yeah, he's been. He's often the scapegoat, isn't he, Maguire? I know, obviously, United have been struggling a lot, and everyone then, I think it's easy to point to Maguire because he's 80 million, and it's going to be a really interesting game this evening, isn't it? Spurs, who have been awful this year and are terrible. United, who have probably been a bit better, but have also been really bad and underperforming. I've seen a few people billing it as the El Sacchio, which manager's going to get sacked first out of those two.
Don Robbie's channel was billing it as that. I noticed. El Sacchio.
Yeah. You were on Don Robbie, weren't you, the other day?
I'm now, made my debut. I got the call up for last Sunday as well, but didn't make it down to Box Park because it was the it was Liverpool United game, and I just thought I'm not travelling down to London to watch Salah go score a hat trick when I've not got him as my captain. So I'm glad I didn't go for that watch along. But yeah, made the debut in the week as the Italian guy supporting Atalanta. Made it very clear that Atalanta aren't my hero team, but I'm very anti-United and very pro-Serie A. So I'm hoping I get the call up for other Champions League games. It's great fun. And Robbie is such a legend. Like, I've always really respected him. Like, as much as AFTV and their contributors are criticised, and you know, I can see why for some of them they're Marmite. Robbie is just like, I think everyone in the football industry kind of respects what he's done. Like, he
seems like a good guy.
Channel. They just hit 1 million followers on Instagram, like AFTV.
Yeah, he does seem like a good guy. Bringing it back to FPL, I've seen quite a lot of bench boosts floating around on Twitter today.
Someone told me I should have bench boosted. I'm like...
Well, I'm sat here now with Smith Rowe, 6 points on my bench. Ramsdale on for a clean sheet, who's on my bench. Livramento, Watford away, who's looking good. My third sub's Brownhill.
Who has a good fixture.
Yeah, and I'm like, it wouldn't have been the worst shout in the world to bench boost. It's easy to say that now that Smith Rowe's scored, but I'm like, question for you: Do you think? Because I know a lot of people want to save their bench boost right for a double game week, and ideally want to be building a team where they've got 15 players playing twice. In an ideal world, invariably it never happens like that. Do you where do you stand on that? Do you think it's worth waiting for a bit of fixture congestion where you've got the chance for a few doubles before you bench boost, or do you think you look at your bench and think that's pretty strong, play your bench boost? Is it a bit of an overrated chip?
Definitely an overrated chip. And there's so many that flirt with the idea of doing it game week 1, and they do that because they don't want this cloud over them, which means they've got to have a really good squad. And last season, I remember setting myself up for a bench boost, and then for the 10 weeks after that bench boost, I had benching headaches every weekend. And that's the problem with it. But I do see myself going wildcard, bench boost, not much after that.
Yeah.
And then straight away I can start to, my transfers will be some downgrades off the back of the wildcard and bench boost. But it's definitely the worst chip in the game for sure. Like it's the most underwhelming.
It's annoying, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah, it's annoying, and it's disruptive as well, I think is the word for it. Like you say, you end up building a team for the bench boost, having a bad bench boost inevitably, and then having a really strong squad that you're having nightmare benching headaches with every week. It's pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we had some questions in the or some polls about games you play. So I think we've had the answer for that one. Sort of third party or games other than FPL you play, like Sky or Fan Team. How many fantasy football games are people playing aside from FPL? We're interested to know. Do you play like none, just FPL, or do you play 1 or 2 or 3? I play Fan Team and I play FPL, so I'd be one, but other than FPL.
I don't know. I have a lot of respect for people that do. I just don't have the mental capacity to think about another game. Like I spend so much time thinking about FPL, and roughly prices of players, don't you, and positions and who's playing who, and like all of the chips that you've got. And I'm like, I just haven't got the mental capacity to think about it in another game.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, I remember thinking that last season, and then this year I've tried Fan Team and I'm absolutely loving it. And because it's so similar to FPL, but it looks like only 13% are playing Fan Team, 35% Fantasy 5, 16% Sky. Sky is completely different. I think you can change the armband every game of the game week, so you can set your armband for the Saturday, and then if you want to carry it onto Sunday and change it because you were not happy with who you got on the Saturday, I'm like, wow, that seems like a lot of management.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you replicate your FPL team in Fan Team, or do you treat them as like entirely different entities?
I've started treating them very different because in Fan Team you get rewarded for 90 minutes for a midfielder or forward. So you want 90-minute men.
Okay.
So Jota or Foden aren't the best Fan Team assets.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And then you also get points every time they have a shot on target. So you want the greedy players that just shoot loads.
Yeah. That's what I mean, though. That's the nuances between the game, because they are subtly different. I'm like, I can't just cope with having to think about that in both. I'm just too stupid, basically.
No, I think knowing the prize money is so big, and when you see this season, we will without doubt see people in the community that we all know and love winning big money at the end of the season for Fan Team, and we'll go, if they can win money, so can I. So and so I think we'll see quite a few people playing next season off the back of people winning some big prizes, because 200 grand first prize for Fan Teams is ridiculous. Like someone might win that we know. I'm ranked 400. Like I've got a chance.
In relative terms, it's a really good opportunity. Like most people that are watching this stream at the moment will be pretty serious FPL players. As a percentage of
another save for Ramsdale. Sorry to interrupt you, Tobes. That he got the save at Ian At show. They showed the replay. That amazing shot. He saved that.
Did he? He's a good keeper, isn't he, Ramsdale? Like clearly. Like I asked. Oh, was that going on target? Was that going a bit wide from Tielemans?
He'll still get it though, won't he?
I don't know. Oh, this isn't going. Oh, it's not going to be a great angle. I love Tielemans. I think probably.
I think Tielemans is Leicester's best player.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. He is quality and a little bit under the radar as well, I think. But yeah, did you see his goal in the week?
Oh,
absolute banger.
He's so good. He's not the best FPL asset because you're relying on the streamers. But in terms of player, I think Leicester did pay 40 million for him. Like he was not cheap.
I know he was very. Yeah, I know he's very highly regarded.
He was on loan, wasn't he? He had a season on loan, and then I think they made it permanent. But it was 40 mil. But he'll go to United, won't he?
I think so. Yeah, he's built to be a kind of United player. Still baffles me how United spent so much money on Sancho, which they didn't really need when they had a glaring hole in the middle of the park with Fred. Yeah. It's like spend 50 million on Basuma. Like that.
Mate, you can say the same with Ronaldo. They didn't really need Ronaldo.
Yeah,
they got Cavani, true. Although Cavani, they got Rashford, they got Martial on the bench.
I don't think you can turn down the chance to sign Ronaldo, but I think you can spend the Sancho money better. Yeah.
Yeah, I still think just felt like centre back as well.
Yeah, I just think they pursued Sancho for so long, it almost just became like a bit of a formality that they had to sign him no matter what. But yeah, I feel like if Sancho wasn't at United this year and Basuma had started the season at United, United would be in the top 3
Yeah.
comfortably, I feel.
Oh, John is smashing it in skies. 286. Good work. Dobber got 111,000 last year. Nice. I played rugby league fantasy, says James, in Australia.
Rogue.
Rugby league fantasy. I didn't love that. Come on, Leicester. We need a goal. Ian Atcher in the box. Oh, it goes. Oh, it looks like Leicester have got a free kick on the edge of the box. Michael Oliver's the ref. This is going to be great position for Maddison.
Okay.
Great position.
I just feel this again feels like a game where Arsenal have dominated it for the most part, but Arsenal will concede at some point. They just, is that a foul? Through the back of him. Yeah,
is that soft from Ben? Ben White knows what he's doing there, doesn't he? Little nudge.
I haven't seen the replay. It looks soft from the first showing.
It's a little elbow.
It's another one though, isn't it? If Maddison pops this in, he doesn't get the assist, which I think is outrageous. Oh yeah, it's a foul. I think FPL have got to change that. If you win the penalty and you score it, you should get the assist and the goal. Like, why not?
Yes, I know what you mean. Okay,
same thing
penalty
for
free kick. Yeah.
Yeah, if Maddison scores this, he should get 5 for the goal and he should get 3 for the assist. Like, why not? He's won the free kick and he scored it. That's 2 good bits of play from him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I also think they should allow you to. I think captains should be 1.5 of your score, not 2 of your score. So what happens last week doesn't ruin me too much.
That feels like recency bias going on there.
Do you know what it feels like, though, with the captaincy? At the moment, because we've had so many high returns, it feels like if you get captaincy right, it doesn't matter what your team does.
True.
Tobes, talk us through it. What just happened? Oh my God.
Go on, Pete. I feel like it's not a goal based on your reaction, but something rascals happened clearly.
Oh, what just happened?
We got Maddison, takes the free kick. Oh, it's an absolutely world-class save. Oh, wow. It's an absolutely world-class save from Ramsdale. It's then followed up by a Leicester player. I'm not sure who it was. He slid in, and I think he's made another world-class save.
He makes 2. That's 2 saves for Ramsdale. He's already on 2. It was Johnny Evans on the rebound.
Yes. Oh, it's such good goalkeeping from him.
I thought it was in. I just thought it was going to bounce in. I was like, how's that not crossed the line? Both times, it's so close to crossing the line.
So that's Ramsdale on 4 saves now?
Yeah.
3 saves?
No, 4.
Jeez.
He's having one of those games, Tobes. It's going to be one of those games.
Yeah, that would have been a really good time for Leicester to score as well, wouldn't it? Just before half time, they go in, come out flying out the blocks. What a save that is from Ramsdale, by the way. That is unreal. Even Leno's having a little giggle in the crowd.
Leno, who, by the way, had an absolute worldie in the week for Arsenal. He played in the Cup and he was sensational, but he's just not going to get in, is he?
The free kick wasn't like bang in the top corner. I feel like it's one of those where if it had been in the top corner, Ramsdale don't get near it.
Though, because he's got the wall right in front of him. It's only 18 yards out, so the fact he gets across to it, it could hit the bar though. You've seen it hit the bar, drop on his head and go in. You've seen that a lot, or hitting off his back. Also,
it's the same with shots, right? How much better does it look when it hits a bit of the bar, a bit of the post? When a goalkeeper makes a save and because it's so close to going in, because it hits the bar afterwards, it makes it feel like a much better save.
Oh, Tobes, you're going to get an angle in a minute, in about 10 seconds' time.
Yeah, this is it here. I've got it here.
Look at Maddison. Maddison's celebrating. Maddison starts running. Maddison literally thinks it's in. And Brendan Rodgers is even like...
He's giving it that one. It is, yeah. From that angle, that kind of showed actually, obviously it wasn't central, but it could have been probably a couple of yards to the right? If he'd have hit that even a yard further to the right, Ramsdale's got no chance. But what a save. It's incredible. Fair play. That's what they're paying the 30 million for, right?
Do you know what I mean? 53% of you are just playing FPL. 25% of you are playing one other game. And there's a few guys. I tell you what, do us all a favour. Could you all just very quickly like this video? Just give it a quick like, because if you like it, I don't quite know how it works, but there's this like YouTube algorithm and blah blah blah, and the more likes, the more comments, all that engagement means it will show on more people's like feeds, right? So just all smash that like button. That's what they say. That's what the YouTubers say, Tobes. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe.
Aren't you supposed to do it at the start of every video? Smash that like button, subscribe, helps the channel grow. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Vardy just had a good little moment there. Iheanacho won it. Tommy Astor was a bit soft in the tackle, put Vardy in down the left-hand channel, took a heavy touch and has won the corner off Ben White. So yeah, Leicester with the corner here. 2 minutes of added time. We are 20 seconds into added time. So yeah, Leicester, a goal now would. Oh no, it wasn't a corner. It was given as a goal kick. I don't know how. It felt like that came off Ben White. Sorry, Benjamin White. We have to call him Benjamin White.
Oh
now,
yeah,
right?
he's requested that, hasn't he?
I saw they even changed it in Sky Sports as well. It was. Did you see the interview with it? Yeah. Did you see the interview with him? And the interviewer was like, "Why Benjamin?" He was just like, "Because it's my name." It's like, terrible, pointless question.
I'm hoping for a Foster.
I think it's petering out a little bit, isn't it?
Frode says he's hoping for a Foster benching. Look, I'm sorry, Frode. Toby and I probably both want a Foster benching as well. It's not going to happen. Ben Foster has started both games under Ranieri and hasn't made a howler in them, and they won last time out. I think it will be, you'd expect the same back line for sure as it was against Everton. So I don't expect Backman to come in. But look, Vardy's going to score in the second half, so it'll be fine.
I don't know, Vardy. I feel like Leicester are definitely going to score at least one in the second half. They're looking. They've come into the game a little bit. I wouldn't say they've had like massively good chances, but they've created moments, haven't they? Like with the free kick, like with the follow up, Iheanacho shot from distance. They've had moments where they could have scored. They haven't had any. They haven't created what I would call a golden opportunity, but I feel like they'll get one or two in the second half.
Nuclear Atoms, Gianni, you need to learn how to say "smash that like button." From Andy. Look, I don't know how Andy says it, and I'm sure it's not cheesy, but I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that can seriously, with a straight face, be like, "Smash that like button, guys." I just couldn't. So look, I'm sure Andy doesn't say it like that. I'm gonna have to check it out. But yeah, I couldn't look you guys in the eye and do it. I don't think I could, but I hope you're all liking it anyway. And look, make sure you check out Fantasy Football Scout and subscribe to their platform. They've got 20% off membership. All the data we've used, like the XG stuff that we've referred to in the show already, all from Fantasy Football Scout. A annual membership costs very, very little, and you get so much data. So give it a go.
Without looking, Jan, who are on for 3, 2, and 1 bonus points as it stands?
Oh, well, I can't not look because I've got it on my screen.
Oh,
so
nightmare.
Sorry, Toes, but on our new shiny graphics on the starting 11, we've got a player in gold. That player in gold is Smith Rowe. The player in bronze is Saka. I can't see the silver. Oh, it's Gabriel is silver.
Gabriel with a goal, yeah. I mean, the Gabriel's going to probably take it if Arsenal keep the clean sheet and Smith Rowe doesn't get anything else. Ramsdale's not even on the mark at the moment.
Yeah, but he will be when 60 minutes hits.
Yeah, true. And to be fair, he's probably been Arsenal's best player. He's made some that double save. Honestly, that's going to be one of those that's shown on Sky Sports for years to come. I reckon it's because it got a nick off the bar. It always looks better.
Andy cries emotional blackmail. Try it, Gianni. Love that. Joe Lepers is the best. He says, if you don't like it, hit it anyway. I got a lot of time for that.
What are you doing here?
So, guys, it's 2-0. It's been all Leicester for the last 15, 20 minutes. But Arsenal at the same time will be go into half time very, very happy and still look like they can threaten on the break. But let's turn our attention to those 3 o'clock games, because in 40 minutes time, we're going to have the team news for all those big teams. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Brentford lineup. We're going to have all these lineups as quick as anyone, because we're going to be on our Twitter feeds refreshing. So make sure you're with us at 2 o'clock. But let's turn our attention to some of those 3 p.m. games. Okay, Burnley-Brentford, we can bypass that. Liverpool-Brighton, we've all captained Salah, so it's worth a little chat on Liverpool-Brighton. Tobes, Brighton's your local team. Your father-in-law's a Brighton season ticket holder. They're kind of your second team because they're your local team. You fancy them to score today, don't you?
I wouldn't say I fancy them to score today, but it wouldn't surprise me. Brighton have been good this year, really good. Like, I think it's going a bit under the radar what a good job Potter is doing at Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
They basically spent minimal money. He's improving players in the team. They're solid. They don't concede many, and they're starting to score a few goals. And yeah, I could see Brighton getting a goal today. I wouldn't put money on it. And I think Liverpool will win the game. I think at the moment, like, Mo Salah has just taken things to another level, right? He's gone from being
Ridiculous.
a really, really, really good player to being, I think, undisputedly the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Like, there is no one better than him at the moment. He is absolutely
I
flying.
don't want to hear these Messi or Ronaldo conversations when it's like
No.
that it's not 2016 or even 19.
Yeah.
Like, Salah is the world number one for me.
Yeah, and he's just winning games, right, for Liverpool, left, right, and centre. The consistency from him is insane. I think he's basically hauled in pretty much every game except one this year. I think he got a 3-pointer against Watford, ironically. Okay. Other than that, he's returned, I think, in every single game. But yeah, I statistically as well, Brighton are more likely to score than Palace are against Man City. Going back to our chat about, do you start your double City defence? You obviously did the DS to Trent move, which I'm kind of jealous about, but also weirdly don't think I would have done that move, as we discussed. I want to get Trent back in my team ASAP. I feel like now he's starting and playing. Like, the only reason you and I both got rid of him, right? We were on a wild card, and it was just when the Trent news broke that he was out for a couple of game weeks. And 7.5 million is a lot of money to spend on a player that's not going to play for 2 game weeks. But it was always about getting that, having money in the bank to get him back in, right? Which I did, but inevitably things happen, and you end up using that money on other fires in your team. And I'm kind of in a position now where it's a bit tricky for me to get Trent without taking a hit. Like, I'm looking at it now, and yeah, maybe I'm thinking like Antonio downgrade to Tony next week, because I want Tony in for that Norwich fixture. That then probably frees up enough money to do maybe like a Laporte to Trent, I think, because I've got a fair bit in the bank. But yeah, I would fancy Brighton more than Palace to score. I feel like Man City are pretty nailed for a clean sheet. They're 10-1 on to win the game, Man City. That is obscene odds. Absolutely obscene. That's something you'd expect to see, like Man City versus like a League One opposition in a cup game, right? There's also Palace.
I think Palace beat them last year at the Etihad.
Yeah,
Andros Townsend with a screamer.
Palace are 22-1. That's incredible to win the game, and they've actually been pretty good under Vieira. Like, so much better. They were my tip. Apart from Norwich, they were my tip to go down this year, Palace, because I kind of thought Roy's been steadying the ship for a number of years and doing okay because he's got a bit of experience. But the minute he goes, and yeah, Vieira didn't fill me with confidence when he came in. But got to say, fair play to him. He's played some good stuff, and I think they'll be okay this year.
Yeah, no, I'm really impressed with them. But yeah, so Liverpool Brighton. I think there's going to be. I hope there's goals for all our Salah owners. Not that it matters when your effective ownership's nearly 200%. I mean, 199%. I do think Trent's going to get some attacking returns. Just looking at Trent this season so far, he's not had a goal and he's only had 3 assists. To say he's due is he got an assist last week against United, but you watch him play, and certainly against United, he could have had bags of assists. I just think he's gonna sooner or later he's gonna get a sort of 12 to 15 pointer, and I hope that's this week. And then Man City, I think you're right to hope like there's gonna be goals. There's got to be.
Yeah, there will, and I'm fearing not having a City in attack. I don't have a City attacker at the moment. I had Mara. I bought Mahrez in 2 game weeks ago when Jesus was out and captained him for that game against. I can't even remember who it was against. Was it Watford? Mahrez played 90 minutes and he blanked, and then I was kind of stuck with Mahrez the following game week. And then we had that moment, didn't we, where I needed Mahrez to not play in order to get my Smith Rowe 13-pointer. He then came on, so I got a load of abuse from Gianni on WhatsApp, being like, "Wait, Mahrez is coming on for 3 minutes." Mahrez then scored a goal in that 3-minute thing, and I was like, I didn't know how to feel. I was devastated that he'd come on, but then I was like happy that he got a few points, but it still cost me about 7 in Smith Rowe.
And the assist came from my man Foden. So as much as I wanted Mahrez to come on and blank, I actually fist pumped that goal because I was like, I've just got 3 points for Foden. So
yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty fearful about not having Foden.
What's your plan on the City attack then, Tobes? Because the fixtures, Palace, you're fearful of today, but then after today. The fixtures go red. So, I mean, United isn't a red anymore, but it's United, Everton, West Ham. that. It doesn't seem like the time to bring in a City attacker would be after today, or would it?
That's the thing. Like it's a tricky one because City will score goals, won't they? Whoever they play.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, they don't have the greatest run. I also really like the look of my midfield. Like I've got Son, who I've just bought in, who I've mainly bought in for that amazing run that Spurs have got. Despite the fact Spurs haven't been very good, I still think Son will be a good shout. Rafinha, he's got a good run coming up, and he's just quality at that price point. Salah, you're obviously not getting rid of. Smith Rowe, it's hard to get rid of Smith Rowe when he's scoring goals at 5.3 million. So I'm kind of like, where does that City mid come from? And I'd have to basically upgrade Brownhill, which I need a lot of money to do. So really it would be like a formation shift, and I then have to be looking at kind of playing a 3-5-2. I'd probably have to get rid of Vardy in order to get the funds. It'd be Vardy down to a Hwang, for example, and then upgrade Brownhill to a City mid. But yeah, like it kind of feels a bit late to jump on Foden now. We talked about it in the week. Entry points into players are key, right? Bringing in a player at the right time is almost as important as bringing him in full stop. And yeah, you nailed it with Foden, right? You brought him in literally just as he started banging, and he's continued to reel in the points. But yeah, it kind of feels a bit after the Lord Mayor show with Foden now. Is it too late to jump on him? Do you look to a Bilver? Do you look to a Grealish perhaps? Do you look to a Jesus, who are going to be much lesser owned? But yeah, equally, I could easily see getting to the end of today, Foden scoring another brace and being like at 8.1 million. It's hard to find a better value player in the game if he's playing 90 minutes every week, which he kind of is at the moment. He's a tricky one to not go for.
8.2 now, and I've just checked him out. Is percentage owned? I'm gutted by this. Game week 7, when I bought him in, 0.7%. He was 0.6 at that start of that game week. He's now 14% owned. It's like, ugh. Like I want a new Foden, and if I was bringing in a City player now, if I had the obvious, and loads of you in the chat would have bought in Foden this week. Good move, nothing wrong with that. If you had an obvious transfer to make, Foden in. But what I think we should do as FPL managers that are enthusiasts, and we are because we're watching this YouTube show, right? We're not casual managers. We should be looking at players before they go on these runs, right? And in Man City's team, I promise you, there are lots of potential players there that could go on a Foden-style run. Check out Bilver. Check out Gabriel Jesus. So I'm genuinely looking at those players already. Like I don't want Jesus after he's just scored 2 lots of 10 points. I want him before he scores that 10-pointer.
Yeah, that's where you make those massive gains, right? Because inevitably, yeah, it's the way FPL goes. You get a big return from somebody and everybody wants to jump on because they think they're chasing last week's points, right? And they think goals last week equal goals this week. If you the holy grail is doing what you did with Foden, right? It's identifying him probably from the eye test, maybe looking at the stats, off a couple of blanks, and then getting him in knowing that something good is coming. It's a little bit like you and I talked briefly, didn't we, about Tony? So I think you said it and I totally agreed.
We didn't want him scoring, did we? I really
like the fact that he's blanked a couple of times. Having said that, I think he rose 3 times, despite the fact he blanked 3 times in a row or twice in a row, which is insane. And obviously that's looking at the at the fixtures.
His last return was game week 6. We got 5 points.
Yeah, exactly. So he's blanked quite a lot. And I think since his last return, he's risen 0.3 at least in price. But yeah, like we were saying yesterday, I really like the fact that he hasn't been scoring because I'm like, I really want Tony in, and I know he's kind of due, and I could see him going big today, could see him going big next week against Norwich. And if Tony had got a brace in the last game, his percentage owned would be probably 5, 6, 7% higher than it is now. And yeah, you're kind of there, aren't you, with one eye on like, oh, I really like the look of that player. I hope he stays quiet for the next couple of weeks before I get the chance to bring him in.
Love that. We've got guys saying, I've got a mate that doesn't own Salah. To be fair, John says, to be fair, I normally give Gianni stick, but he's one of the only content creators who sticks his neck out on the line and suggests other players before they go on their runs. Yes, John, give me all the stick you want. I love that. Ben's been, someone from the FPL show doesn't have Salah. That's right, Nuclear Atoms. That is Ben Crabtree. He doesn't have Salah because he's not allowed to have Salah. He doesn't have Trent either. He doesn't allow himself any Liverpool players. And he won FPL doing that. You definitely couldn't win FPL anymore without Liverpool, could you?
I was going to say, I feel like he's benefited, isn't he, from pre-Salah days where Salah has become complete FPL royalty, and there's no way you're getting anywhere near the overall rank 1 with no Salah in your team all year. You're just not.
Impossible.
No.
Okay, we've done a bit of Liverpool and City. Chelsea, I don't think we need to speak about, because later at 5 o'clock there's Spurs United, and Tobes, you're a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
A season ticket holder last season.
Don't have it anymore, unfortunately.
Is that because it's an effort, or is that the way you're playing / the manager?
It's nothing to do with the way we're playing at all. I would love to be going week in, week out. Even, I think it's quite important that you're not just turning up as a fair weather fan when the times are good. It's because I live down in Brighton, and getting up to North London and back. 3 o'clock kickoffs, fine, but we never have 3 o'clock kickoffs because we play in Europe.
It's your first one last week for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. And when I was going, we were in the Champions League at the time for 8 p.m. kickoffs that finish at 10, and getting from North London to Brighton after 10 o'clock is a pretty grim ordeal, especially when you've then got to be up early for work the next morning. I don't have it anymore, sadly. But I still get up occasionally. But it really is depressing at the moment. We are so poor at both ends of the pitch. Normally, previously we've been really good going forward and been a bit dodgy at the back. Now we're dodgy at both ends. We're not creating any chances. We're conceding plenty of chances. The football we're playing is rubbish. I like Nuno. Seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's the right fit for Spurs, especially after we were promised after Mourinho that we'd go back to the club's roots, the Spurs DNA, getting a good young attacking coach in, and then the debacle of getting probably turned down by the likes of Ten Hag. Conte seemed like a done deal and then pulled out. They're the types of managers we needed, young, exciting, attacking managers. But we just don't really have any identity at the moment. Whatever you think about Mourinho got a song out of Son and Kane, turned them into absolute worldies, and we're just not seeing that anymore. Kane in particular looks so disinterested. I see a case for Son. Totally, Son is a talisman now. He'll, even when Spurs play poorly, he will probably still get returns. But Kane just is terrible value at the moment for my money.
I'm going to ask you about Son in a minute, because Arjan in the chat says Son bracing coming. And look, I can see why Son's getting a lot of love. Tobes has gone Son this week.
Sorry, mate, to interrupt you. Iheanacho's come off at half time for Lookman, and Barnes has come on for Marty. So
I'm
massive
gutted
change
at that.
Shape.
You're gonna make 2 attacking subs, and you take your best one off Iheanacho. It should be Vardy off.
What it is good for, though, it's good for Vardy owners, I think, because Vardy, I think, tends to be better when Iheanacho's not on the pitch, and he's that 100%. Kind of lone in-behind striker, counter-attack. So, as a Vardy owner, I think Vardy owners should be looking at those subs and thinking that's a positive move.
He's
and obviously,
gone 4-3-3 as well, so it's a back 4, not a back 5. He's sacrificed Amati for a wide forward, so it'll be Lookman and Barnes either side of Vardy. But Iheanacho's the goal threat. He's just it just shows how Vardy is Mr. Leicester. You just don't
senior pro, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
senior pro. It's a bit like Kane at Spurs. How terribly he's playing, you just never get sub because you can't.
With the way they were playing, though, you could have changed the system 4-3-3, and you could have made Lookman or Barnes as a sub and left Iheanacho one side of Vardy and played Iheanacho out wide. I feel like there's something about Iheanacho that Rodgers is quite anti. He doesn't give him the game time for me he deserves.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this pans out, wouldn't it? Because we could be talking about this in 45 minutes as a masterstroke from Rodgers. If Leicester go and win this 3-2.
Did it need it though, Tobes? The way they ended this first half, did it need 2 half-time? I mean, 1 half-time substitution is rare and big and fair play, but 2 of them's really left, really out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think you're right. Leicester were dominating the end of that first half, and we're looking more likely. I feel like, this is probably why I'm not a football manager. I probably would have given it 10, 15 minutes of the same thing, I think, knowing that if nothing changed, I'm then going to make that sub. Or perhaps, I don't know, if Arsenal were to go 3-0 up, you then make the sub straight away. But then is it too late? I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of keen to see how Leicester come out now. After making those 2 subs, I kind of almost want it to be a Brendan masterclass here. Being a Spurs fan, you never want to see Arsenal winning.
Yeah, exactly. I really want that Ramsdale clean sheet wipe out, because his ownership, Ramsdale, will be sky high. I'm just going to check it now. Ramsdale's on... Oh, it's only 6.7% ownership. Okay, that's really rare. Just shows the Twitter bubble, doesn't it? I feel like every manager on Twitter has Ramsdale, but, So I wanted to ask you about Son. Because you went Son over Foden, and I like both those moves. Like, Son is someone we're all going to want to get in the next few weeks. You've gone on him early. Is that because you're targeting the Man United fixture? And like me, you like getting on players early before they bang, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's possibly a bit of Spurs bias in there as well. Like, arguably, Foden is the more
It's a safer pick.
sensible move. Yeah, the safer move is probably he's cheaper as well, obviously. But I kind of felt like I was looking at my team and like I definitely want Son for that run that they go on after the Everton game. It's a really good run. And so I was kind of like looking at the moves I wanted to make. You obviously need a bit of money in the bank to be able to get Son. And I was kind of like, I could see myself in like 2-3 game weeks not having that money in the bank for various different reasons. And so I felt like get him in now. United are just gone, got thrashed at home 5-0. They're defensively all over the place at the moment.
Yeah.
Spurs beat United 6-1. I think it was was it Old Trafford or was it at Spurs last season? I don't think we're going to see that again today. But yeah, I could see goals today. Like, I don't want to say United are there for the taking because I think you'll see a bit of a reaction from them. But yeah, I can see goals there today. It's one of those fixtures, Spurs United today. You sort of wouldn't be surprised with any result, right? If after the game you heard, Spurs have won 1-0, you go, okay. If United won 1-0, you go, okay. If it was 1-0, do you know what I mean? It's one of those weird games where like any result you wouldn't be surprised about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I know what you mean about there could be a reaction from United. And that's why one of the reasons why I didn't captain Salah, because I saw opportunity in another player last week in Havertz. And I thought we might get a reaction out of United. But every week I say that and they don't react. So they just rub. Something is fundamentally wrong in that back line. Like, it's shocking because these are players that are just switching off. They're just not.
Yeah.
They don't. Basic things like the Wan-Bissaka attempt at a press, he just went alone. Like, you don't press as a one, you press as a team.
Yeah.
It's just so naive. The Luke Shaw and Maguire, there's just memes every time there's a goal of them just looking at like they're just not watching the game. It's crazy.
And is that bad coaching or are they just bad players?
Both. They're not as good at players as people think they are, and they're clearly players that rely on being coached hard 5 days a week. And the best players can have a poor coach and still perform because positionally they know what to do. Maguire clearly needs a coach. Like, he clearly needs coaching. But I've seen United fans say Maguire's not fit, so that's why. Sorry, those goals have had nothing to do that he's conceded with his physical fitness. It's been up there. That's why he's been making errors. It's his mental fitness.
Yeah, I mean, looking from the outside in, obviously I'm not a United fan, but I look at their squad and it's a good squad, right? That they've obviously got a couple of gaps. I think Fred's a weak link. I think they've not got much support at right back. If Wan-Bissaka's not available, I don't really rate Dalot. You could argue Tellez isn't that great, but their squad is good. Their squad is a squad that should be in the top 2, top 3, should really be challenging for the title. And as a Spurs fan, and I kind of look at it as like the whole time Ollie's in there isn't that fear factor associated with them when there should be with that squad. And like, you put Conte in charge of that group of players, I'm looking at it as a Spurs fan thinking United are going to win. United are going to be organised. They're going to be tough to beat. They've got the talent to score plenty of goals. Yeah. But yeah, under Ollie, somehow it just isn't clicking. And yeah, I feel like a lot of United fans have kind of moved towards more of a kind of a thanks, Ollie. You've taken us as far as you can probably take us. I don't think there's any animosity towards Ollie, or at least there shouldn't be, because I think he's kind of pointed them in the right direction. But I just feel like he's not at that elite level to be able to take them to the next step, which is what they need.
Arjun says, Gianni, trust me, there'll be no reaction. Ollie will field the same team with the same performance. If he does field the same team, it'll be the third game in a row he's fielded the same team. The same team that were down 2-0 at half-time to Atalanta. The same team that got absolutely ruined by Liverpool. He cannot field the same. If he fields the same team, I think he gets sacked regardless of the result. He cannot do that. We need a couple of big name droppings. Like, he'll have to drop a Greenwood or a, not a massive name in Greenwood. Yeah, I don't think he'll go as big as a Ronnie, but he has to drop some of those players. He has to. Yeah.
Who would your money be on for who that is? I mean, he's not going to drop Bruno, right?
I think Luke Shaw might get dropped. I think he might. I think he might give Tellez a go.
Yeah. Could we see Van der Beek get some minutes today, or is that a write-off?
I think that might be a write-off. I'd love to see it, but I think that's a write-off. I could see Luke Shaw and I could see Greenwood being sort of sacrificial lambs.
Yeah,
it could be any of them. I mean, it should be Maguire, but you're not going to drop your captain. You're just not.
No.
But
No, you'd also fear for them probably a bit if you've got like a Lindelof and is Bailly fit at the moment? Is Bailly available to play?
I mean, I've seen nothing from Maguire that shows he's a better player than Bailly in the last few weeks.
No, I quite rate Bailly. He's just never fit, right? He's just knee problems all the time. He's never going to get a run of games.
Yeah, I think is it Didier Drogba that like recommended him? I think it was to Mourinho, because Mourinho. I think it was Mourinho that bought him, and he played for Ivory Coast with Drogba. Oh, Vardy's got a bit of space here, and since Barnes has come on, he's looked lively. We've seen Barnes. Oh, wide.
Okay, what timestamp are you on? I'm on 51:38.
Oh, okay, I've jumped like 20 seconds ahead of you. Then I'm 52:00.
Okay,
Vardy
you're about
did well
20
there. Vardy's stretching the defence, and he finds Barnes at the edge of the box. Barnes with a shot. It's well wide, but it's just a little bit brighter.
Yeah, he did well. Yeah, Vardy did well to find him. It would have been a hell of a goal from Barnes, but yeah, but Barnes has looked lively when he's come on. It's a funny one, isn't he, Barnes? He seems very sort of like streaky. He goes on like good runs of form where he looks really lively, but then offers absolutely nothing sometimes as well.
Yeah, streaky player. And also, like, probably a confidence player. When he gets a goal, he goes on a run. He is one of those. And he's bloody greedy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Arsenal. Yeah, the game's getting a little bit stretched now. You can see quite big spaces opening up in midfield when Leicester are kind of bombing forward. It's kind of one of those, isn't it, where you can see Leicester pushing and pushing and pushing, and Arsenal maybe nicking one on the break. Having said that, Arsenal don't have huge amounts of pace up top, do they? Like Aubameyang's not really that quick anymore, is it? You don't associate Aubameyang these days with kind of like, runs in behind.
I don't know, we used to though, didn't we? We used to associate him with pace.
First name. Yeah.
We're 15 minutes away from our team news, and I'm slightly nervous because, and I've not spoken to you about this, Tobes. One of the players I nearly sold this week is Reece James. Reece James has.
I don't think he's going to start.
Well, he's 50-50. He's completely. I'm completely on the fence. And the worst thing about this is, under Thomas Tuchel, he's been benched 10 times in the Premier League. He's came on for 8 of them. 8 of the 10. Like, he's almost nailed to come on. Yeah,
that's the issue with Reece James, isn't it?
One point.
If you're picking one out of Reece James and Chilwell at the moment, you're going Chilwell all day long, right? He's nailed for 90 minutes. It's a weird one though, because I really genuinely rate Reece James very highly. I think he's quality. I think he's the future of like England's right back spot. But yeah, he just doesn't seem to get that run, does he? He won't play like 4 or 5 in a row.
Oh, so close. Leicester looks so much better. And it's Luke Thomas, the guy who's probably like odds to score next. Luke Thomas is probably ranked 22nd.
Okay, we got Barnes out on the left wing doing some good work.
That was. I think is it Tielemans with the pass to him, Tobes?
Yeah, or what a ball that is from Tielemans. But it shaved the post, isn't it? Leicester looking much more likely here. Roger's giving it the big clap. Like Roger knows, he's like, I've changed this game.
It's funny because Luke Thomas has gone from left wing back to left back, and he still finds himself up there. So the fullbacks are still getting high. They're in again here, Leicester. Out for a corner. Arsenal party clears the ball. This is all Leicester. They are throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah, they've got to get this next goal. You kind of feel like if Leicester do get this next one, they could go on and win the game. Like they're creating a lot of chances now. The shape has helped them, hasn't it? Like we were saying at half time, he's done the move early and it's worked. Leicester are finding loads of space in behind now. That looked like a handball off Gabriel. Is that being checked?
I don't know. No, they've gone.
There's no VAR going on here. It looked like it clipped Gabriel's hand on the way in. I'd see a replay of that.
33-1 for Thomas to score next. Yes, Kev. Is there any other player further out than that? There's probably a 50-1 Tavares.
What the hell I was looking at? Got nowhere near his hand.
Yeah, definitely he'll be the longest odds for the Leicester player, I'd have thought. Is there anyone further out from Leicester than 33-1?
I wouldn't have thought so. Schmeichel.
Yeah. Ramsdale's got the ball and it's
the outswinging corner. Outswinging corner. Don't rate him.
They're outswinging. Yeah. The only good outswinging corner, the reason why I like outswinging corners is Italy won a World Cup from an outswinging corner. Pirlo to Materazzi. Bang. 1-1 against France. We won on pens, but
that's a man you want taking your corners, isn't it, Andrea?
Christensen is on pre-match duties for Chelsea. That's a good sign. He's doing interviews. Means he's
Well,
probably
it's not a good
starting.
not a good sign for me. I don't want him starting. I want Smith Rowe points, mate.
Odegaard's coming on for. Oh, this is going to be Lacazette off. Watch and see. This is Lacazette off, I reckon. Odegaard's coming on. Oh, 40 to 1 on
Okay.
Evans. Okay, I'd definitely go 40 to 1 on Evans over 33 to 1 on Thomas.
Jevons, yeah. I'd back Jevons more likely to score than Thomas, to be honest with you.
Little ball in from
What's
Maddison.
happening here? We got a sub.
Yeah,
Okay.
Odegaard's definitely getting warmed.
Okay, that's a response, isn't it? They're getting overrun in midfield here,
Yes.
and Odegaard, I'm guessing, is going to come on for Lacazette or a
4-5-1.
Aubameyang. Yeah,
Shore up that midfield.
yeah. They've been a funny pair, haven't they? Lacazette and Aubameyang. They've never, well, probably more Lacazette's never really been prolific at Arsenal, but came with like big pedigree. Hasn't played probably as many minutes as you might expect him to have played, and has never really quite sort of run it.
Hang on a sec, Tobe. Sorry.
What's
Chelsea
happened?
team,
What
there's
did
some Twitter rumours, and I'm not going to say sources because we don't know yet, but Ziyech and Azpilicueta apparently starting. If Ziyech is starting, that throws a slight doubt over Havertz, although I think that's fine, but it also throws a doubt over Hudson-Odoi, who's been playing well. Does that mean Hudson-Odoi right wing back instead of James? Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
He played wing back in the week in the Carabao Cup.
Where's this rumour
Leicester!
come from?
Oh, Ramsdale again with a worldie. This is a joke. Is it Vardy? It's Lookman types. I just caught the end of it, so you can talk us through it. But Vardy assist with an amazing back heel.
Adamola, right. So the ball has just been cleared by Gabriel, picked up by, I think, Tillman's. Oh, Vardy with the back heel.
Nice.
He's done well not to go down for a penalty. It wasn't that good a save. It's one of those you'd expect him to make. He's just like
he makes himself big, doesn't he?
Got big at his near stick. It's not really a lot Lookman could have done there. I mean, if he concedes from there, you're saying that's poor keeping, I think. But yeah, he does what he needs to do. Another save for Ramsdale, though. He is going to be high up the bonus points. I think he's made 4 or 5.
He's going to be hitting 60 in 2 minutes, and then we'll see the bonus points change.
Oh, God. The swing on this, if Vardy doesn't score. If Vardy scores a goal, I've got like a 9-point swing in my favour. Points that I would have not got.
And if Vardy scores, there's a good chance when Vardy scores, he gets BPS. So it could be bigger than 9. He's got pushed there, Evans. It's never a pen, but it's one of those where you get pushed in the area, but a pen's not given.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twitter rumours, Ziyech starting is a weird one, and Aspi means Reece James's chances of starting are slightly slimmer as well. Although Aspi, I do expect to play right centre back against St Maximan because St Max is the biggest threat for Newcastle. You don't stick Aspi wing back for St Max; you stick him at right centre back.
Yeah, fair point. I think. How good is Aspi though? As like a pro,
love him. I think he's my favourite. I think he's definitely top 3 Chelsea players for me. He's Jorginho, Mount, and Aspi are my 3.
He's been a hell of a servant, hasn't he, to Chelsea as well? Just like he just puts in 7 and 8s every game. You don't get too many 9s or 10s out of him, but you never get like a 5 out of him, do you? He's always solid.
It's great that he's been sort of late in his career. He's nailed for Spain now as well. Like Luis Enrique picks all the kids, and Aspie's is nailed right back, which I quite like.
Yeah.
So I've
a bit of a
felt bad.
This is serious one-way traffic from Leicester now. The ball has been in the Arsenal final third for about the last 15 minutes, and yeah, they're looking. Surely they've got a score here. Arsenal aren't going to keep him out for another half an hour. Can't see it. It needs to be Vardy.
Anders Christensen is doing the pre-match interview.
Has he sorted his dental problems?
Yeah, I know, right?
Has he got big like Firmino teeth now? Was he getting them lasered?
Yeah, do you reckon it was a private job, or it was actually like he had teeth problems?
I've never seen a player flagged on FPL for dental problems ever. I feel like that's a first.
There's a little bit of a scuffle with Ramsdale and Vardy, by the looks of it.
Ooh, don't get yourself a yellow, Jamie.
Oh, Vardy, it could be a yellow.
Ooh.
That should be.
It wasn't Vardy, it was Jevons.
Jevons, yeah. But then Vardy gets involved.
Yeah, Vardy does get involved.
Go on, book him.
Vardy doesn't really do anything wrong, though. He just kind of runs up and sort of, you can't book Vardy for that. You didn't do anything.
Hang on. Rumours are saying that Bachmann plays. Moisha Asaraf in the chat, please let us know what rumour that is. Just send me the source or the name of the person. I'll check it out on Twitter. because we all would love Backman to play, I think, now. Oh, they're in!
Oh, God,
Leicester! Oh, save again! Mate, Barnes should score that.
No, really. It's one-way traffic, isn't it? The XG for Leicester will be mounting here.
Barnes
Flowing from Thomas down the left wing. Barnes has the ball out on the left. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, Barnes megs him, I think. Oh, gets through. It's another save, isn't it, from Ramsdale?
By the way, he's up to 2 BPS already. You'll see the graphics on screen. He's in silver. Gabriel is on for 3. And Smith Rowe on for 1.
Boo. I've just seen the dog behind me has run into the toilet, picked up a roll of toilet roll, and is now dispersing it around the house.
If you do need to get up. So Ramsdale, Watford kick off at 3 o'clock. Not Ramsdale, Backman. We will know if Backman is starting in like 2-3 minutes. So for the time being, I'm hoping Arsenal don't score. Leicester don't score.
I'd still take the Vardy goal, I think.
Oh, ouch. Kev Cook has Foster and Raya.
Oh.
I want to know about that Backman rumour. Seems like prime FPL Twitter just speculating.
Yeah, Raya no good. Raya's out for some time, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 months.
So I don't know. I don't know if Ramsdale got hit in the nuts or if he's holding his groin here, but he's like,
really,
he's not looking in a good way. I think he's all right. I think he might have just got hit in the nuts. I love how I haven't obviously got the commentary on, but they keep panning to Leno in the crowd. It's like they want to see him like looking really sad, given how good Ramsdale is.
You got a feel for Leno?
Yeah, did you see that? What happened there?
It didn't come to me. No, I didn't see it. Go on.
Ramsdale just taking a goal kick. I don't know what's going on. Ramsdale taking the goal kick and immediately turned around to the crowd behind him and giving it a massive fist pump. I don't know if he's getting like a load of abuse or something or what, but yeah. He seems like a good character, Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think he's a bit of a lad. He feels like a bit of a lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tobes, in 5 minutes, we're going to have team news. I'm thinking, if you get on... Do you need to do your dog? Yeah, you do.
So I've got it.
Oh, you rescued it. So, Tobes, in a couple of minutes, if we take a couple of teams each, you get on the Watford Twitter for Backman. I'll get on the Chelsea Twitter for Reece James et al. And then I guess the other big one, the rumours are circulating that Jota's going to be benched as well, Liverpool. And then Man City is always the big one for team news. So do you want to take...
Do you want me on Watford and Liverpool?
You do Watford, Liverpool. I'll do Chelsea, Man City. And we'll be on it. We'll be on it before you guys can even see it. We'll be on it.
Yeah, I'm going to load it up now. Oh, I'd love Backman to be starting.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I can't see it though. Like,
although, we want
exactly
that?
What you said earlier?
Because moving forward, we want Foster as the number 1, don't we?
Yeah, I suppose. But also,
I'll take the 10 points.
Yeah, I'm having Ramsdale. I mean, Ramsdale's on fire.
What's he on for points?
I've just seen,
9, 8.
I've just seen, the first thing I've done as I loaded up Twitter is FPL Plonker with an absolutely sensational moustache for Movember. Great cause, great moustache.
Love that. And Twitter is full of the speculation of who's starting. We just don't know.
I've just seen Christensen starts for Chelsea. That's confirmed.
Confirmed as a good rumour.
Yeah, I think it's pretty reliable, that one.
Oh, another save. It's another save for Ramsdale. This is a joke now. This is actually a joke.
6? Well, if Backman starts, we're laughing.
Yeah, but I think that's pure FPL Twitter speculation, mate. I've seen no source, and whoever in the chat said it hasn't got back to me with the credible source. Why would Backman start?
Yeah. Well, exactly, yeah.
Foster played quite well against Everton, I think. I don't think either of the goals were his fault. Unless there's been a howler there. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe Ranieri's just had enough time now to have a look at them in training.
True.
No, it's still early, isn't he? Who knows? We'll find out in 5 minutes. We'll have all the team news for you.
If Foster starts, there is no way he gets 7 saves like Ramsdale.
No. Why can't I find Liverpool's Twitter account? There we go.
Oh, you better follow them, Tobes. I think
I
follow all the Prem clubs, I think.
Yeah, I do, but I was just like loading up their specific page so I could refresh it.
Oh, okay, wow. Reece James is going to be benched, guys, because I'm pretty sure I've just seen a source on Twitter saying Hudson-Odoi starts, and that makes me think he's a win back. Because if Ziyech is starting, it'll be Hudson-Odoi.
That's
Oh, that's
yeah.
savage for me. That means I'm getting 1 point, Reece James.
But who's coming if Reece James doesn't come on? Who's your first sub?
Livramento.
Okay, so that's not yeah. The likelihood of Reece James coming on is pretty high, isn't it?
Yeah, he just seems to always come on every time he's benched. And I knew the gamble.
Ooh.
I knew the gamble. The problem with Reece James is the upside's so high.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you consider just doing Reece James to Chilwell?
Yeah, that's the move I want to make. I just can't. I just can't. I don't want to take a hit for that move, so I've got to wait until. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great chance for Vardy. He's got a free header,
Really?
7 yards out. Tillmans whips the ball into the near stick. He's just got to get it on target, and he fires it a couple of yards wide. It's an absolutely golden chance for Vardy.
That's the first time he's. That would be so Vardy as well, Tobes. One chance. That's all he's had.
So he's literally on the penalty spot, free header, no one near him, hit the target, Jamie, and he's screwed it wide. Bad miss. Big chance for Vardy.
Oh, mate, Reece James is going to get really annoying. Oh, my God.
This is so annoying. Oh, I've still gone wrong. But
there is speculation that it's Havertz that's missing out today.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that. Jevons in the book for Leicester.
Right, we've got 3 minutes to go. If Havertz... when you get the news, Tobes, just give us the Backman Foster thing and then move on to the next team rather than the 11. It's only pick out the big FPL. We don't want to know if Cathcart's playing. This is typical. Now the sources online are saying Aspi is benched, which means Reece James could be starting.
I think the point is nobody's got a clue of that. Let's give it the 2 minutes that we need to wait for the official news. Yeah. I'm doing Liverpool and Watford, right? You're covering the others.
You're doing Liverpool, Watford, and then after that, take your pick. Wolves. No, Wolves are Monday night. I'm going to do Chelsea and City in that order.
Yeah, okay.
Liverpool's a big one because, well, Salah is starting. I don't know why people think he might not.
I've got Vardy as vice captain as well, so that would be pretty annoying if Salah's not captain. If Salah's not playing.
Oh, good clearance. The first time Arsenal have had an attack. Ball comes in from Aubameyang. It's headed out by Castagna. And if not, Ben White has got an absolute tap in at the back post.
It's a great freak. It's a great training ground move. The ball fired across out wide. That technique to get that volley back across goal from... Was that Gabriel?
No, I think it was Aubameyang.
Oh, yeah, it was Aubameyang. Yeah, it's a great bit of techers. Fires it across. Yeah, Ben White nearly got on the end of it, screaming in the back. Right, we got about 30 seconds until we get this team news.
Come on, Chelsea. Let's get Reece James in. So what are we hoping for? We're hoping for Reece James for me.
Oh, what a save that is from Schmeichel. What a chance that is from Aubameyang at the back stick. Ooh. He's point blank. He's like 2 yards out. Schmeichel just makes himself big. It's a really good chance that from Aubameyang to kill the game. Look at this.
That would have absolutely killed it.
Oh, that's a wonderful save from Schmeichel. It really is with his feet.
Come on, Backman. We need Backman starting. This is big.
Oh, Arsenal in again here. Saka.
Reece James starts. Christensen starts. Chilwell. Havertz starts. Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech all start. It's as you'd expect from Chelsea. Manchester City.
But Foster's in goal. So, yeah.
Oh!
Backman's on the bench.
Okay. Man City team news. Foden starts with Jesus and Grealish. De Bruyne starts. Cancelo starts. Diaz and Laporte will start. And Walker. So, yeah, it's as you'd expect. No Gundogan. No Gundogan, no Mahrez, no Sterling.
Madison's just come off for Daka, by the way, in the Leicester game.
Well, that's good.
Right. Liverpool team news. Why is it not loading? Give me a few seconds. There we go. Right. Alisson, Trent starts. Konate starts. Salah obviously starts. It's as you'd expect. Yeah, Keita. Jones is starting, so no Jota. Jota benched. Matip also benched as well for Konate. But yeah, that's the big news. Jota on the bench. Everything else as you might expect.
Brentford haven't even tweeted yet. 2 minutes past the hour. So championship. So championship.
There's not a lot that's really going to hurt anyone, though, is there? I can't see Tony not
I
playing.
wanted to see Mbumo. I wanted to check the Mbumo thing.
Yeah.
I've got him in all my fan teams.
Yeah, he had a bit of a sore hammy, didn't he? Which you got to be careful with.
It looks like Mason Mount's been not in the squad, and he wasn't in the squad in the week, so he must have an injury. And he was the most transferred in player, I think, this week, Tobes. Mason Mount.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's gonna sting, isn't it?
Sick note, isn't he? What is it going to sting though? Because everyone's going to have my bloody ESR points on the bench sneaking on, I reckon.
Oh, it looks like Mbuemo might be benched.
Yeah, I thought he might be.
Hang on, they've not tweeted. Where's that come from? I'm just going off the chat.
Okay.
1.6 million people transferred in Mason Mount. That's like 1 in 5 managers.
Yeah, that is a stinger.
Oh,
how have they not really seen you, Brentford? It's 3 minutes past.
Who else do we want? Who else do?
Oh, here we go. I've got the Brentford lineup.
Oh, go on.
And Mbumo doesn't play, and Mbumo doesn't play.
Oh.
So he's on the bench, yeah. And Mbumo benched.
Tony.
There's a guy called Marcus Fours playing up top with Tony.
Yeah.
I've never heard of.
He was the one in the championship that was.
Yeah,
starting.
Pinnock plays as well. So Pinnock's back fit.
Pinnock back fit. Okay.
Sorry, I've got a dog barking.
Nah, you're good. This all adds to the effect. Zaha, by the way, starts for Palace. There's no Benteke's. Benteke benched. He's gone for the Farsi sort of pacey players with Ayew, Edouard, and Zaha all starting.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you repeat for me?
Yeah, Benteke's been nailed under Vieira, but he's gone with Zaha, Edouard, and Ayew. Obviously, against Man City, he just wants the faster guys. So no Benteke, which is annoying because I brought him in my fan team.
That is a bit annoying. Although, I mean, Benteke is a bold move.
Yeah, I know.
Have we done everyone? Have we done? Is there any rogue Newcastle news? Wilson starts, St Max. Nobody cares. No one's got anyone from there.
Yeah, and for Watford, by the way, Ismail Sarr does start, despite being hooked last week.
Brighton, Shane Duffy starting for Brighton. Looks like Trossard's playing up top. Brighton haven't got a number 9 on the pitch.
He does that sometimes against City and Liverpool.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's a Maupay benched. I'm guessing, yeah, Maupay on the bench. Gross benched. Lamptey on the bench again.
Oh, is Lamptey still not? Oh, Vardy looks like he's been booked.
Oh dear.
Tobes, you're going to see this in a minute. I didn't see it. I've just seen Michael Oliver put his yellow card up, and it looks like Ben White's down. So it might be a late tackle.
It's another really good chance for Barnes there as well, just in the build-up. A header. Really should have scored, or at least got it on target. It's a bit late from Vardy. It's one of those. He goes to pass the ball and he just catches him. I think he'll get a yellow card for that. Yeah, yellow. Oh, this is not good for Vardy owners, of which I'm one.
I can't believe there were rumours that Foster was benched. It was just that's so FPL Twitter.
That's a soft yellow card. I'm not even sure he touches him there, Vardy. Second booking. Oh, it's going to be a lot of money in it to spend on 1 point, Jamie Vardy.
Ramsdale, by the way, is on for 2 bonus, but he's only 1 BPS short of Gabriel, so he only needs another save or something. And
how many saves has he made?
He's made 7.
Oof. It's kind of petering out a little bit for Leicester here, I think. They've got 15 minutes. They've got to get this goal. Ben White's down, has been down for about 2 minutes, getting some treatment. It's all fun and games Champions League this week as well, isn't it? Hold on, don't be making your early transfers this week, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Do we think Aspi comes on, says Kev? I would say there's a good chance he does. Depends how the game's going. I mean, Chelsea bench includes Loftus-Cheek, who's been getting game time recently, and Barkley. But other than that, your attacking subs are probably going to be Alonso. Maybe Aspi stays benched for the week till Malmo. Oh, Burnley, by the way, Cornet's got the start again up top. He is one I genuinely think could be one to consider. Cornet,
he's a good player.
Burnley are clearly a little bit more dynamic this season. The fact they even signed him, he's not your standard Burnley striker. He plays Brentford today. I can see points in that.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's one of those you wonder why he wasn't picked up by a bigger team. No disrespect to Burnley, but
Daphne wants some loving, doesn't she?
Daphne does. She wants to buy. She wants to buy.
Tobes is joined by his new addition. New addition Beagle, who for a puppy is so well behaved. Like,
yeah, I've just had to. She's somehow found a pair of my boxer shorts. I don't know where she's got them from. That's why she's barking. So I've just given them to her, and she's shredding my boxer shorts as we speak.
Tobes, tell us about last night, because you nearly persuaded one of our mates to join us for the stream today, who is a bloke that would call himself a casual FPL manager, right? He doesn't own Salah.
Yeah, he stayed over at mine last night, and at like 6 minutes to the deadline was like, I need to take a 12-point hit here. And I think he just about got it. He's rock bottom of the league, which is pretty bad considering some of the players in our league are pretty poor. And yeah, he's one of those, he forgets every other week to do his team. He doesn't own Salah, which is funny. He might own Salah now after taking an enormous hit. Yeah, he's also he's a closet Newcastle fan as well, right? He claims to be a big United fan, but he's got a real soft spot for Newcastle. So yeah, maybe if we've got a game on when the Toon are playing, he'll be primed for that.
He'll definitely be in for that, won't he? And we'll definitely get him in, and we'll get our old mate Banger in as well at some point. Tobes, would he have taken the stream at your house then, or would he have gone back to his for the stream?
That's a good question.
It was just was it just a beer talking last night, or was he actually keen?
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was up for it. And actually, like, jokes aside, he'd be good. He's knowledgeable about football in general.
He would be
less knowledgeable about FPL because he doesn't take it that seriously. But yeah, he'd be a useful addition to the Scoutcast.
Yeah, no, he would. And did you have a late one? Are you feeling a bit hungover today?
I'm not actually too bad. We did that thing where we got in late. We got in at about 2, but we then stayed up for a bit longer, which was good, like drinking water. Ooh. Hello?
That didn't sound good.
Can you still... Yeah, I don't know what... Can you still see and hear me?
Yeah. I got you. Is the dog... Oh, Vardy's in here. Another save by Ramsdale, and it was Barnes. I can still see and hear you.
2 secs. Yeah, Daphne just ran through the wires and is like causing havoc. Should be all right.
If you need to take a break, mate, you do you.
No, I think we're okay. She's behaving herself.
It was a proper crash bang wallop.
Yeah, I don't know what she did, to be honest with you. Was that Nick? That was almost a penalty. Someone just went in behind Barnes. Oh, Vardy.
That's going to put Ramsdale's going to be on 3 bonus now.
Oh. Yeah, another. Does that count as a save from Ramsdale? Because that probably wasn't going in. It was like a flash across the goal, right?
He'll get a save for that, I reckon. Let's have a look. He's not been given the save for that yet. He's still on 7. But I think he'll get the save for that.
Yeah, there's every chance. Leicester need this goal ASAP.
This is shocking. I literally never changed my goalkeeper.
Sorry, to go back to the Chelsea team news, Reece James is starting, right?
Reece James starts, Christensen starts.
Right, so he's been dropped.
There's no Mason Mount and there's no Chalobah. Chalobah's been playing quite a lot in the Prem.
Okay, is Thiago Silva playing?
Thiago Silva in the middle, Christensen right, Rudiger left, and then up front it's Ziyech, Havertz, and Hudson-Odoi, which is not a front 3 we've probably seen at Chelsea.
Ziyech hasn't really had a sniff, has he, recently?
No, I think he might have played in the Carabao Cup, but yeah, I mean Premier League minutes have been very limited.
Yeah.
Leicester have got 10 minutes here to wipe out that Ramsdale clean sheet.
I still feel like it's coming. I just feel like, I said at the beginning of the show, Arsenal have always got a concede in them. If we had Ramsdale starting now, we'd be going, oh, this is brilliant, or Leicester with another chance. I just think Leicester will score. They just will. Arsenal never keep clean sheets. Leicester are turning it on a little bit here as well.
It was around this mark when Villa scored. The game was done and Villa scored in the 80th minute. It was around here. The concentration just dipped for a minute. Good to know, by the way, guys, if you're interested in how the BPS works, Ramsdale did not get that save for Barnes that wasn't going in.
Okay, good. Oh, my bench is going to be huge. Should have bench boosted.
Yeah.
Should have bench, but easy this game in hindsight, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Vardy.
gonna have another 9-point Livramento on my bench.
No, you're not. Who's fouled Odegaard here? Odegaard looks in a bit of bother. Was it Daka?
Don't know. It might be Gab. Oh, I don't know.
He looks in a bit of bother. Right, how many points have I got on my bench? Good. I've got 16 points on my bench already after 80 minutes of one game being played.
What's Smith Rowe on for? He's on what,
8.
7, 8.
He's on for 8. He's got clean sheet. He's also probably on for some bonus, right?
He is on for 1 bonus at the moment.
So 17 points on my bench from 2 players.
He's pretty nailed for that bonus as well. Tielemans is 6 behind him. How is Tielemans on 24 BPS without a goal or an assist? Unbelievable. Like, a lot of those Leicester chances have just been fed by Tielemans.
The camera's like, oh yeah, Odegaard's up and hobbling around. Looked like quite a bad tackle on him, to be fair. I think there's going to be quite a bit of injury time here because there's been a couple of players have gone down. We've had a lot of subs. I reckon you're going to see 4 or 5 minutes. I think Pepe is coming on for Arsenal here as well.
Yeah, I think Pepe.
I'm guessing for Lacazette, maybe? Lacazette come off already for...
Yeah, Lacazette came off for Odegaard, didn't he? Oh, Leicester in. I think it's down the right. Lookman with the ball in. Oh, it's just cut out. Tielemans shoots. They're getting frustrated now. Tielemans shoots from distance. He doesn't need to. He should cross that. And it goes out for a corner. Tielemans to take the corner.
Yeah, Leicester with the ball down the right. Cuts inside. Oh, goes one way, goes the other.
Corner comes in.
He doesn't need to. Yeah.
Barnes with the flick on, but it doesn't need too much.
Harvey Barnes.
He's looked so bright, but again, he's just one of those. He's a bit like Lamptey, the XL, X Lively, expected lively. Barnes, Lookman last season looked the liveliest thing you've ever seen when I had him at Fulham, and he just never got points. Even Lamptey never really did well FPL wise. He just looked good.
No. I remember getting shafted as well by Lamptey do you remember when Brighton played Spurs and there was a massive foul on Højbjerg in the build-up and Lamptey scored? Never should have counted. You had Lamptey in your team. It cost me like Tottenham clean sheet points. There was like a 12-point swing on it. Oh.
I love those massive swings where it's both ways. Oh, Pepe's coming on for Saka now. So Saka goes off with an assist and his clean sheet point. So that's 6 points for Saka. Good afternoon. Highly owned. He's around 15 to 20%.
What do you think about like Smith Rowe now? Are people going to start bringing him in? His fixtures are mixed.
He's good. Although he's on your bench and it's annoying, the only positive to that is you've got a player going up in value.
Yeah, but also you look at his fixtures. He's got Watford next, then Liverpool away.
You have to start him against Watford.
United away, Everton away. Like 3 of the next 5 aren't great for him. 2 of them are. I just think at that price, you're very happy to bench him. Well, say you're very happy to bench him. I keep benching him and he gets massive hauls.
You have to start him against Watford, Tobes.
Yeah, I think I haven't actually looked at my bus team for next week. I think it's looking quite good though. But again, I think I'm in a situation who do you bench? Yeah, like my bus team. Okay, so I think I'm going to take out Antonio because he's got Liverpool, probably for Tony.
I think I'm going to bench Antonio.
Do you bench one of your City? Do I bench one of my City defenders? They're playing Man United away. You probably bench Laporte.
Yeah, I think you do. I think United, as poor as United has been, even against Liverpool, they were very unlucky not to score. Cavani hit the bar from 2 yards out. Ronaldo had a goal offside that was like marginal in the build-up. I think United, no matter how bad they are, there's so much quality. I always back them to score. They'll score against Spurs today. It's just the defence is so bad. So I think you probably do. I think you probably bench your City defence.
Yeah, I think you probably play Smith Rowe. Yeah. It's going to be another Livramento benching, though. Aston Villa at home, probably another game where he gets points.
See, I will probably play Livramento over Cancelo next week then.
Okay, yeah, interesting. I think I've got to play one of my City defenders. You can't leave them both out, but yeah. Laporte might even be Trent by next week.
Smith Rowe's in here. Sure. Oh no, sorry, Smith Rowe with a really nice run, and it's 3-on-3, 3-on-3 on the halfway line, and he just plays it to no one.
Yeah, you could see Arsenal getting one, couldn't you? Here as Leicester press. Leicester have got to score like in the next couple of minutes to have any chance.
Now I feel like at 86 minutes, Leicester don't feel like they can win it. They can feel, so I feel like the pressure's actually the tempo's eased, if anything. Like at 80,
Yeah.
you think, oh, we could get one now, we'll get two. Leicester
Yeah.
are dead and buried now. Oh, that's a free kick. Handball, Tomiyasu.
There was a really good
Oh, not giving it.
Smith Rowe, that run he made forward there. The pass was on. I'm not sure who bombed forward with him.
It's like 4-on-4, 3-on-3, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had to put the pass through and he didn't. He made the wrong choice. It was actually pretty poor. There's a good chance that for Arsenal.
ABJ says you can't bench Cancelo. Maybe you're right. Look, if United absolutely tank today and City keep a cleano, I probably will start Cancelo over Livramento. But I just want a week where I play Livramento. I just want 1 week where I can play the guy. I've had him so long. He just doesn't play for me. And it's my fault. I wildcarded with him as my 5th defender. Livramento ain't a 5th defender. He should be a 4th defender.
Yeah, it's that price point, isn't it? Because he's so cheap, it made him feel like he shouldn't be starting games for you, but he's earned the right to be starting games.
Yeah. Any news
when
on
do his
Mount?
fixtures turn?
No. Oh, his fixtures are good for a while. Mason Mount, no, he's not in the squad, which is, I can only think, is an injury that happened post-press conference because Thomas Tuchel is one of the best. And he even apologised yesterday for not updating on Kovacic. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, Kovacic's got a knock. So Mason Mount must have got injured this morning or last night. Perhaps he's getting his teeth done.
Yeah, Chelsea are in a bit of trouble, obviously, but they've got a few injury concerns, haven't they? Like Kovacic, I think, is a big miss for them. He's been really good this year. Mount is a miss, I suppose.
Say it, go on. Say Mount's a massive miss.
No, I'm not even sure he is. Like,
he's a huge miss, just like he is for England.
Is he though? I don't think he's been very good this year. He's been a bit of a flat track bully, right? He got a hat trick against the worst team the Premier League's ever seen. He's not really offered much else apart from that.
He got more points than Ronaldo in one. He got more points last week, the same as Ronaldo all season.
Yeah, but I mean, Ronaldo hasn't got many points, has he? That's more of an indication how bad. Ramsdale, man of the match, shock. They're showing that angle of the free kick again.
It's a cracking camera shot, that.
Yeah,
because you get the bend of the free kick is unbelievable. It's actually not even in the corner though, is it?
Yeah,
it's actually
I think
quite central.
It's about 2 yards inside the post. Yeah, if the free kick was a little bit better, it would have been unsavable. Got the whip and the dip on it.
The good thing for the BPS Tobes, Gabriel has just gone up one. So Gabriel on 37, Gabriel, and 35 Ramsdale. So
okay.
At the moment, he's at least getting 3 bonus, and he's 2 saves off of another save point.
Need Foster to do his hammy warm up or something like that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, Klasnach coming on, shutting up shop. Smith Rowe off.
Yeah.
Clean sheet point banked for Smith Rowe. Oh, and that means Smith Rowe can't get 3 bonus now unless Gabriel gets a minus, like commits a red card, a foul, or loads of fouls, red card, yellow card. So Smith Rowe is not getting 3 bonus. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was Ramsdale. He's 1 bonus.
Kolasinac.
He's so wedge, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a little cube. Another good performance from Smith Rowe.
Yeah, mate. I do think you end up starting him next week against Watford.
Yeah, I think I probably do. It depends what my transfer is, but
Homer away.
For who?
Ramsdale for Smith Rowe.
Good question.
If he's at home, I'd definitely start
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, home to Watford.
Oh, Mount has an illness apparently. Hopefully it's not COVID. Although he's come out and said he's vaccinated, I think, Mason Mount. And do you remember for England, he was in the quarantine, wasn't he? He missed a game for England because he had to quarantine because he spoke to Gilmore after the Scotland game for too long.
Billy G.
Yeah. 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah, it's been quite a lot of breaks, haven't there? Been quite a lot of stoppage transfers as well. Are Leicester going to make this interesting? I said they'd score. Are they going to score? Oh, Thomas.
A Vardy goal would be huge for you now, Tobes.
Yeah, it would. Although the swing sounds bigger than it is because I obviously haven't started Ramsdale, so I wouldn't get the points anyway.
Yeah, true.
If I was starting Ramsdale, the goal would be much bigger. But also,
you wouldn't want it, would you?
Ramsdale,
you wouldn't want it.
Yeah, you'd probably rather not have the goal. Yeah,
and
I've basically got the worst of both situations.
Vardy's highly owned. I think Vardy's like 20 because Vardy over 1 million managers bought in Vardy last week. 1.2 mil, I think.
Yeah, I still think he's a good shout. It's a long-term move. Like if you look at his fixtures,
he's got Leeds, isn't he? He's got Leeds next week.
He's got Leeds next week. Then he's got Chelsea. Then after that, he's got Watford, Southampton, Villa, Newcastle. Like, that's a run that you want Vardy for, I think.
He is 31% owned though. I did not realise that.
Yeah, he's actually had a good season. Like if you look at his returns, he's been pretty consistent this year. What we got? 5, 2, 12, 2, 8, 11, 8, 8, 1, 1. Yeah. So of course he's been banging all year. The 2 weeks I've had him for, he's offered 1 and 1. Classic. My luck, mate. My luck this year. Never seen anything like
it. You wouldn't be an FPL manager if you didn't think you were unlucky. The 3 o'clock is going to be so fun today.
Yeah. On a serious note, and I know obviously it's the way that you think about it, but I'm like, I can remember lots of instances of where I've had like bad luck and where annoying things have happened. Today being a prime one, I've got 18 points on my bench. Can't really remember too many occasions where you've got really lucky. Do you know what I mean? Where like you've had someone at third sub who's got on with 20 points. It just feels like...
Is Salah captaincy last week not lucky? You know, like...
No,
or when a player scores a brace, is that not lucky?
Well, but like you see it splashed all over Twitter all the time, don't you? Someone who like had their vice captain on Salah and their guy their captain went down in the warm up, and it's like things like that. I don't remember that ever happening to me. Like real bit.
No, I can give you one.
Of like genuinely good luck.
I can give you one because I know where I was. And I was so gutted. It was last season. You captained Salah and he was benched. And it was like, and I was celebrating. They were away at Crystal Palace, and he comes off the bench with about 20 minutes to go and scores like a hat trick.
Yeah, I do remember that. But then again, is that lucky in the sense of you've gotten really unlucky because he's not started? And if he'd have started, he probably would have got those guys. He would have got. Like, I'm unlucky that he didn't start. He might have got 4 or 5. I don't know. I remember another really good bit of luck you had when I had Vardy or maybe I had Maddison or Vardy. Can't remember which way around. And that's right. I had Vardy. Vardy took a penalty and it was missed. And it was followed up by Maddison, who scored. You had Vardy. I had Maddison. And then it was retaken because like someone had a foot inside the box. So the swing, then it was retaken and Vardy scored it, I think. And the swing was like 20 points. I was like, I lost out. Yeah, that was brutal.
I remember where I was for that. Those key moments. For your Salah captaincy at Selhurst Park, I was walking in Burley. For that Vardy pen, I was in India in a hotel room. Like, those things just sit with you. Guys, we've not spoken at all, and there's 360 of you currently watching, about our book. Toby and I speak a lot about, in the book, a lot about sort of mind games and competition between each other, as well as giving loads of hints and tips about how to become a top 1% player. It's forwarded by Miss Jules Breach herself. That's pretty cool. And it's the perfect Christmas present, or just treat yourself. At the moment, it's free delivery, $7.99 free UK delivery. Check out our Twitter accounts for info on where to buy. But if you want the Kindle version, it's on Amazon. Check out the reviews. They're all 5-star. More reviews than any other FPL book on the market, I'll have you know. And if you want it through the paperback, go to our publisher because they're doing the free delivery. And just Google it, you'll find it. Also check out Wasting Your Wildcard, another cracking Xmas present. Fancy Football Scout contributed to this book. There we are. There's my little pun, my little promotion. Oh, and also come to Fest and play in the 5-a-side football tournament. 2 things going on in January that I'm organising.
I think we've just hit full time as well. I believe that is it. 2-0.
Oh, Ramsdale gets his cleano.
Yeah. Oh, God, this is depressing. I've got 18 points on my bench after 1 game.
Ouch. And if you bench boost and even get 12 points, you're quite happy. So you'd take that on your bench boost straight away.
Yeah. Is Smith Rowe on for 1 or 2 bonus, did you say?
He's locked for 1.
18. Yeah, so it's 17 bench points. Livramento is probably going to get a haul as well.
Ramsdale just got another save point for that cross that wasn't that sort of cross shot. So he's on 8. So Ramsdale goes up to 38, but fortunately Gabriel's gone up to 41. So he'll get 2.
Cray.
Tobes, next week you're welcome to join because we've got the return of Seb Wassell. And I mentioned that you might be around for it. We're going to do the Manchester Derby. It's the 12:30 Saturday kickoff. We're going to watch Man City absolutely ruin United, and we're going to see Ollie out next week on Scoutcast Matchday.
We're going to see him sacked at half time. Do you reckon we're going to see some
Fergie come down and manage the team?
yeah, unprecedented scenes? Fergie descends from a crane and comes in and wins the game. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll be definitely be keen for that if I'm around. I need to look at my diary, but yeah, if I'm around, which I think I might be, I'll let you know. Definitely be up for that. Be good to see Seb as well. Good man.
Yeah, good to see that loads of you have got Ramsdale clean sheets. Well played, guys. Safe to say, after Toby's bench, Nick says Toby does not like Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, he also is a Spurs fan, so even worse. Obama blanks again. Yeah, not great, but he does have Watford at home next. So if you own Aubameyang, you're holding. Guys, we're going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, just give it a little like this video, comment, subscribe.
Smash the like button.
Smash that like button. All that jazz. And we look forward to seeing you next week for that Manchester derby. Go well in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. My top tip is check out BT Score if you don't watch it and perhaps you're a Sky man or woman. Give Score a go on BT. For me, it's definitely the 3 p.m. Channel to watch. But thank you for joining us, Tobes.
No worries. Thank you for having me. Enjoyed it, despite having a horrendous game week already.
Yeah, it's going to be an eventful one. We're going to know way more in the next 4 or 5 hours.